Hey yo, and welcome to episode 92 of Malt and Magic, the Forgotten Kingdom of Nylin. We're all very hyped about the fact we just got a hype train, so that was cool. That was a bit unexpected, but awesome, so thank you to all the subs. I think it's mostly us, but it's fine. It's all good fun anyway. We're also very excited because Monsters of the Multiverse has just landed on D&D Beyond, which means there's some new goodies for 2 members of the party at least, and 2 that feel a little bit left behind. But on top of that, I've also been busy in my homebrew workshop creating and finishing off some items that the party may have attuned to last week, and also creating certain marks and boons that may have been granted to the party and unlocked at certain points. So everybody's feeling a wee bit powerful. Which means I, as a DM, need to knock people down a peg. But before we get into all that, let's go through all of our thank yous as per usual. So an absolutely massive thank you to Incarnate this week. I have been creating lots of maps ready for the next stage of the campaign, shall we say, the next foray into a certain place, which I think the boys all know where they're headed, but we will see what's going on there. Also a huge thank you to Albert Radio. We use them every week. I'm still massively looking forward to version 2 of Albert Radio because it looks insane. So many cool tools that are coming out as part of that. Thank you to Dungeon Alchemist. I haven't used them in a while. I do need to get back into Dungeon Alchemist and create some maps. Hopefully we'll get to that in the coming weeks. And then, of course, a huge shout out to D&D Beyond. So thank you to Wizards of the Coast, I suppose we should say now. But also a massive thank you to Fandom for all of their support with D&D Beyond over the last few years. Hero Forge. Oh, Christ, where would we be without Hero Forge and all those token creations and the character visuals? I've used those character visuals for my artwork over the last few weeks just to tweak some of the characters and stuff like that when I'm drawing them. If you've not seen those drawings, then please go check out my Instagram. Or my TikTok, I think some of them are on there now, or the channel, the stream TikTok, which is King Bothrid. And what else do we have to say? Thank you to, so then to Kassoon 5e Magic Shop, for those additional DM's tools, 2 minutes tools as well. And then, of course, a massive shout out to Tabletop Audio for our musical ambiances. The other side of that, I suppose, is then the sound effects, which hopefully we'll get to hear some tonight. We are affiliated with BattleBards, I say it every week, but it's still massively important. You can go get sound effects for your own game. All you need to do is use the code Malt and Magic when you register at BattleBards. Get yourselves a nice cheeky discount. Get some sound effects for your own game. Doors closing, hammers swinging, people dying, screaming, all sorts, spell effects. There's a massive amount of stuff on there, so go check it out. Don't miss out on that chance to get a discount. Deep breath. Got through all the thank yous. We're almost there, folks. Strap in. It's hopefully going to be a fun one. So go check out the social media links. You've seen the sort of the links at the bottom of all of the lower thirds coming up there, and there's another one almost like magic. So go check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, of course, if you're here, YouTube. And then if you would like to listen to the episodes as well, go check out the podcast on your platform of choice. If you get the opportunity to leave a rating or review, please do. The numbers are slowly creeping up on the podcast. So for anybody that is listening on the podcast and supporting us that way, thank you 1,000 times, because it's amazing to see how that is just ticking along nicely now. And that's it. That's the intros done. So I suppose we best go play some D&D and see what new shit we've got to play with. So as I say, strap in. This should hopefully be a fun one. It's going to get weird. It's going to get wacky. Because, yeah, we're going into a lake. Let's roll. No.
I did notice the titles ended on a burning Loch Esamere, which might be fitting for tonight.
It may do.
Maybe. Don't set it on fire.
Well, if anyone could set water on fire, it'd be us.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Good stuff.
Oh,
so,
dear.
while I just load a few things up in the background and get my shit together, let's go down the lineup. So, hello, I am Matt, as I've just introduced myself. I'm the Dungeon Master, and I also play the sidekick character of Bothrid, who's still alive. Still alive. We kept him in there.
He's really alive.
And I will also be playing any other NPCs and monsters tonight.
So, I am Danny, who is playing Anders Splinterthorn, who did not get any new goodies, because I picked a stupid human in the monster manual, but with the new toys that Matt gave me, I am now officially a demigod genius, so stay tuned for that.
Hello, I'm Samao, and I play Kirik Gravetusk. My internet might be a bit iffy today, but we will see how we get on. I also didn't get any new stuff from the new books, because half orcs. But yeah, I got some new items that have changed in the last 12 hours or so, replanning stuff.
Yeah, I made a small mistake on that one. I was like, because you'd messaged me about something, and I was like, yes, I must remember to do that for certain items when certain things happen.
Yeah.
And then was homebrewing while very tired and just went, yep, straight in, and then thought, hang on, that's on the wrong item. So I apologise for getting you a bit overexcited.
Way too excited. Yeah.
That explains the Super Saiyan gif that we got in the group chat then.
Yeah. But
No longer a thing.
Simao now knows what may be coming down the line. So.
Spoiler alert.
Which is cool.
I'm Dave. I play Dargon, the Goliath fighter warlock, who, if you can count, does mean that I did get some shit in this recent book update. I also, by the way, guys, might have cocked up a couple of things on the character sheet in the past. So I've been rolling with a +8 modifier with my sword. Now that we've updated stuff, I'm hitting with +11, and that's correct. So yeah, and I got a +16.
So
Tell them
the
why,
lesson
Dave.
here.
Tell them why.
I was gonna say the lesson here is what do
What?
we need to do, Dave?
What? I mean, I checked. I was attuned to my sword, but apparently not very well attuned to it. I don't know how that works. But yeah, so switched it off, switched it back on again. Pretty much.
So one of those times it could have been +16 to hit and +11 on the damage. We've not been doing that, so Bothrid might not have died.
Just rub that salt in, will you?
I'm gonna.
I mean,
Yeah, well-
technically that had nothing to do with Dargon hitting and everything to do with the amount of time it took you to get back there. So I will let Dave off on that one.
But anyway, yeah, if I'm therefore rolling and differently, getting different, results, then I know why.
When you start saying 40 to hit, you know why.
Pretty much.
I think so. If it wasn't a natural 20, I'd be hitting with a 35 to hit.
I was going to say your maximum you can hit with is a 36, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I say
Okay.
maximum, like if you can't hit with a 36, then there's something seriously
The
wrong.
minimum, FYI, with it not being a natural one, therefore, is 18 AC.
Yeah.
Pretty good, right?
Not bad.
Well, it's more than my AC, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway,
We
you'll
have
see the
missed
other
one
changes that
very
have actually
important
comes about. Some other changes that do come about that have actually legitimately changed. You'll see them coming forward.
Yeah, indeed. But we've missed one very important thing, of course, because he wasn't here last week. Is welcome back, Samao.
Hey, welcome back.
Hello,
Obviously,
I'm back,
being
yes.
a very busy beaver last week. But we all know you enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think I just about caught up on sleep. Just about.
Your
Well, I
face
hope
is
you're
telling
well
a different story.
Yeah.
No,
Because we
just
got a lot of shit to get through. Oh, that's our group for you. Backhanded compliments. Right, so last week, following sort of the the aftermath, if you like, or not even following the aftermath, but following the antics in the keep of Castle Maltstack, you all escaped into the crystal chamber of Glen Tuag, which is where you had teleported and transported numerous times, both to Nylin and to places around Nylin, only to find the distiller the distiller and Nathan in there with a gate and a portal open. And as you arrived, Mirabelle and Annabelle both escaped, villagers escaped, and then Ethereal was thrown through the gate that he was holding, and there was sort of this double gate scenario, if you like. So Ethereal in the village, ushering people through into the crystal cave to then get them out who knows where. Then two rather large and powerful devils descended upon the party, and they were very, very powerful devils. The party made the right move, eventually, by choosing to not fight and choosing to run. That quite possibly would have been a TPK, quite possibly. I'm not saying it would have been. Had Dargon been attuned to his sword, probably, maybe not.
Yeah.
That's just going to keep coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna run that into the ground, I think.
Yeah.
But you did eventually manage to escape into death, with Kirik choosing a moment when all seemed almost hopeless. Dargon, having lost his sword, dropped Timiel's Wrath in fear, but Ander going invisible, picking the sword up, and everything just sort of slotted into place, and the four of you, including Bothrid and Nathim, escaped into the realm of death. The two people that didn't go with you, however, were the Distiller and Ethereal. And so before we begin our story tonight, we join the Distiller and Ethereal in their battle with Moloch and Bel. As the four of you escape, and the Distiller sees Ethereal still here. "What are you doing, you fool? You had the chance. Leave."
No, not while these creatures exist here.
"We can't beat them." And she sprints around Bel, who laughs.
Beat us? Beat us? Oh no, we're going to beat you to such a pulp, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it.
And as he says this and jokes, and Moloch begins to sort of bound forward towards the group of them, the Distiller runs around, looks Ethereal dead in the eye. "I'm sorry for this." And she is instantly casts the gate spell behind him. As she does this, Ethereal roars again, and Bel is already frightened of Ethereal at this point, if we remember rightly back to the encounter last week. So he goes to swing at the Distiller and misses, and misses, and misses again, as Ethereal looks him dead in the eyes.
You will not have her.
As he roars again, his hand shoots out towards Moloch, as Moloch bounds up towards them both. And Ethereal casts Banishment, and as the spell hits Moloch, the beast freezes and is gone.
One, another to go.
I can't let you stay. Not here. This is not your fight. You find those boys, and you help them. And she casts Thunder Wave, which catches Ethereal totally off guard, as he careens backwards through the gate and is gone. And she then kills the spell and turns to face Bel, who shakes off that fear now.
Interesting move. And yet, you give me exactly what I want. Exactly what he wants. All that he's wanted. for a good few months now.
Slaps her with the side of his sword. Sends her careening off. Walks up.
Oh no. Death is definitely not your fate. Not today. Not while he sees fit to do otherwise.
He picks up the distiller. Throws her over his shoulder. And steps into a fiery portal. The village of Glen Tuag now lies burning. The castle Malt stack imploded almost and crumbling. There are bodies of guards and villagers. As all the devils now that were in the city turn and portal away. From amongst a wreckage, a lone figure pushes out from underneath fallen debris, places a quarterstaff on the ground and stands.
Mephisto!
As Johanna stands and looks around.
Centaur! Where are you?
He gets no response. And Johannes begins to look around at the wreckage. Grabs hold of his quarterstaff. And out from his shirt, his tunic if you like, a snake slithers out and coils over his shoulder. And just reaches up, pets it on the shoulder.
It is time, my pet. The end is coming. Let us go find them, boys.
And we fade to black. So that all should have happened at the end of last week, but I got so excited about what was going on, I forgot to put it in. So I apologise, but there you go. It meant Samal could enjoy that in full glory.
Yeah. I think it works.
So there you go. So, we begin tonight having landed in the lighthouse in Seameet and chosen to walk through Seameet, which is almost like a ghost town. There is nobody here. The houses don't look destroyed apart from one, which is a smouldering ruin. And as you approached the Cherry Blossom Inn, the smouldering ruin was the the blacksmith's house, where two dwarves once lived, two brothers, one a mute, one an idiot. You had left these brothers in charge of the lighthouse, and as you look at this smouldering ruin, there was only one smouldering dwarf corpse. And so we begin at the edge of Seameet tonight. What are we doing? You've all long rested, by the way, so everybody can click the long rest button.
Ooh. Oh.
If you've not done that already.
Okay.
Are we telling people what our new toys do, or are we letting that be a surprise?
I think we let that be a surprise for whenever something happens that uses those toys.
God, it's been so long I didn't know where the long rest button was.
It's not been that long, you cheeky git.
You want to check if you know where the attunement button is?
I know where the short rest button is, you know. Just shush you. I can cut this stream, alright?
Right then, my wardens. What are we doing?
We're near. We were near the tavern, looking out, and yeah, we saw that shop, and there's just no one around.
Deserted. But if it's deserted but intact, other than our dwarf friend, the corpse we see, do you think that means people got out safely?
Oh, well, we did send envoys, or ask for envoys to be sent to places like here. Maybe, just maybe, it got here in time.
You don't think... I know Kirik dealt with Greenflower and obliterated the undead. You don't think it made its way here, do you? And the people of Seameet are now wandering Nyland as the undead.
I mean, that's a horrible thought. I was thinking we'd see them around here, or I suppose they're being controlled to go wherever they're needed.
Well, after what happened in Glendroyd, the race is on for the final source. We've got to get to Loch Esamere, right?
We do, but I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll probably sink like a stone, but I ain't going to do very well. So, I admit I haven't really thought about that until now, because haven't really wanted to think about that till now. I mean, I love a drink, me, but I don't think I can empty a lock.
I mean, my plan hasn't extended past thinking we need to get there. Actually getting to the bottom of Loch Esamere, I have no idea.
Getting to the bottom's going to be... Getting to the bottom's going to be fine. It's going to be coming back up.
Oh, because can you make us breathe underwater?
Well, no, you're just... Sinking is fine. It's just swimming back up.
Yeah, it's the holding my breath bit that I'm struggling with.
The amount of cigars you smoke, I'm not surprised.
I think
What was that, Bothrid?
I can help with underwater, I think.
Okay. I was going to say, my only idea is I have a potion of aqueous form so I can turn into water for 10 minutes. But I don't think 10 minutes is long enough.
Yeah, I fear that maybe...
Actually...
so what, is there like a flower around here that we all eat and suddenly we can breathe underwater or something?
No, I can channel her and breathe in the water.
Can we think what for how long?
I think maybe a long time. Never tested.
Okay. I've just remembered my cloak. A day. Okay. I've just remembered my cloak. I can grow gills with the power of the cloak, but it only lasts an hour. So a day.
Okay. Well. Okay. Great. I mean, we have a plan. We hope that we're not swimming down to a fuck ton of seaweed and nothing else. So we've got to get to presumably
sea creatures.
The centre of the loch.
Yeah.
Do we want to?
I'm assuming
swim out, get a rowboat, or walk to the nearest edge and then swim in.
We can.
Do you think
walk through the water if we want?
Walk through the water.
On top of the water.
Yeah.
You guys are blowing my mind at the moment, right?
I can help with that too.
I've heard a religious tale of men walking on water.
They're blowing my mind, or because done.
No, on board. Well, if we have, we can breathe and walk on the words.
Okay. Wow. I mean, Okay. Let's.
Do you think we'll know the point in the lake where we need to go? Because when we've got close to the sources before, I've always felt we've felt a tingling or a pulling, or I certainly have.
I feel a lot of tinglings in there, to be fair. So.
Yeah, I mean, I have been hoping you get that sorted,
But the cleansing waters of Loch Esamere will wash away all of my sins.
I don't want to be that. I just don't want to be downstream. So.
But I'm thinking, with it being one of the places where my ancestor, if we think is we know is the original seat, the first throne, don't we? The original throne.
Yeah.
So in my head, I think I should be able to hone in on it.
Okay.
Sense it almost.
So, back to the question then. Now we've got a couple of ideas. Walk on the water, row on the water, walk on the edge until we get close, and then do either one of those.
Yeah, I mean, we might not be able to find a boat if it's a wasteland out there. So walking on water, breathing underwater, sounds like a plan.
Do we think it's safer on the water than the land?
Well, they are creatures of fire. Water puts out fire.
Bothrid, sold. Let's go.
Does anybody know the animal kingdom of Nylin well enough to know whether there is sea monsters or river monsters?
I was going to say, I mean, you know, that kraken that came up us about 6 months ago, massive sea monster. So, river monster, don't know.
I would expect that to be an open sea, though.
So we don't think we'll have any loch monsters, because I've heard tale of those.
There's not like a water demon or anything, is there?
What about hang about? We've had an air elemental for the first source, an earth elemental. There's got to be a water elemental, right? For this source, so there's going to be like, I don't know. They can make seaweed monsters, water monsters. Something's going to happen. How good are you at swinging a sword underwater? And can I fire an arrow underwater?
Last time I was underwater, pretty sure it wasn't good.
I can probably help one of you with that.
Okay.
I can help more, but that will take quite a lot of power to do so.
Yeah,
Okay.
save that power. Well, you know, ever since I dropped Timiel's Wrath and picked her back up after Ender gave it back, I feel a lot stronger with her. Don't know why.
Do you reckon you could hit harder and do more damage?
I might be able to, I don't know.
You feel like more
Connection
connected
seems
to
to
it
be
now?
quite strong.
It's slightly more connected, you know, maybe feels a little heavier, like, you know, yeah, we'll see.
That's good. I might have to do a lot of finagling stabbing underwater. I just feel like it might be a bit slow motion. Not the strongest.
Yeah, it's one of those ones like, you know, equal force. As you swing, your body goes the other way, so it's kind of like, you know, you're not always going to hit as well. So, are we choosing water? Because if we're going to go along the edge, we're vulnerable to both water attacks and ground attacks, aren't we? However,
Yes.
I hope in the middle of the loch we'll be able to see where we are and not just walking in the middle of nowhere, going round in circles in a spiral, and then we end up back in Seameet. So
Yeah, we should be able to. If we walk on water but stay where we can see landmarks and stuff with them, I'll be able to navigate us to Loch Esamere.
we can't like magically know where it is, can we? When we get closer.
I can try and sense it once we get close.
It's going to be our best bet.
Yeah.
I mean, if we take more than a day to get there, then I can prepare the spell. But at the moment, no.
Right. Do we go out onto the sea, or do we know where
Let's
the river
join
is,
the
by the
water.
way? You know,
Well,
is
if
that
we're
like
coming
right
out of
next to us?
Seameet, we're coming out of Seameet through the window, aren't we? Away from the sea, into land, facing into land. So then,
So
Just
you would
find it in that
remember, having been to Seameet a few times early on in the campaign, that the river actually flows past Seameet and into the sea. So you could follow the river all the way up to the loch if you really wanted to. That's how you went there the last time aboard the Summer's End.
Yeah.
let's do that then. So, how do we do this walking on water business?
You
long does it last?
We
You do know I'm quite heavy, yeah.
You have to cast it on the Dagon twice.
Yeah, maybe, like each leg.
Good. I think maybe we get closer first and then try.
Alright, lads, hug it out.
Okay. Oh, so if we stick
Also,
close
we'll
to
have
the
to-
water's edge,
We'll have to walk for like 45 minutes and then stop for 10. If Bothrid is ritual casting, or I'm ritual casting, one of us will be.
yeah, okay.
I need to
That's for an hour.
rest before short water walking. Can do breathing now, but walking cannot do today.
Tell you what,
Oh,
breathing underwater
I can do-
might be happy then.
I can do walking today.
So I'm thinking if we need to save the walking on the water until we get closer, that's fair enough. But if we have the ability to breathe underwater now, and that can last all day, if we spot an enemy, we can hide in the water. So if we spot one on the
We
road,
No, we can walk on water today. We just need to walk for 45 minutes and then stop for 10,
okay.
which is fine. But
How many times can you use today?
as many times as we need, as long as I'm ritual casting, as long as I'm taking some time with it.
Oh, okay. Yes, I forget about that.
So, yeah.
All right.
Shall we take a
Let's do some
walk on the
Jesus.
river then?
One of the
Who's-
weirdest
who's-
sentences we've said in the
who's
last
Jesus?
24 hours, yeah.
Oh, Jesus was a fabled fictional character who did things such as, well, I heard stories of a guy walking on water and he was happened to be called Jesus. He also turned water into
Was
wine,
that-
which I
Oh,
know better
Was
than
it, was it
Hey, can we do that with the lock?
was it something Fae related or?
it was a bit of a cult, if I'm honest.
Sorry, you shouldn't have laughed.
You worship dragons?
It just happened to grow in popularity quite quickly. Yeah, that's back to my home world. Nothing to do with Ireland. It was obviously
Wasn't he the guy?
It's
Wasn't he
old-
the guy that cast
old
Revivify
one.
on himself?
yes.
That high level spell, I think it was Resurrection.
In
That's
3
right,
days
it's
to
3
cast the
days, so
fucking
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it took him 3 days to ritual cast.
I apologise to anybody that is a devout Christian that listens to our show.
Very sorry.
I was just
If
trying to
they're
make it
devout
fit the
Christian-
Ireland narrative.
Yeah, if they were devout Christian, they wouldn't have stuck around with Danny for that long. To be fair, let's be honest.
Unless
For
though,
92
we used, to have
episodes.
we used to have a devout Christian friend on our course at university, and I think he'd just see me as a test from God. And he used to just pray for me every day.
The right word being used to have a friend.
And would have prayed.
Hi,
Not
Matt, if you're
anymore.
listening.
Yeah, God took him on a different path, which just happened to be away from me.
He's a copper now.
He's a policeman now.
He is a policeman now. Anyway, we
Other reasons to
digress.
stay clear.
So,
Anyway,
Wardens.
You can send me to
I'm
jail
assuming
and
at this
hell. That's a
point-
double whammy.
Stop it. I'm assuming now we are leaving Seameet and heading straight to the river.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all walk towards the river and sort of leave Seameet behind, then I need everybody to make me a perception check, please.
First roll of the night. What are we dealing with? Oh, 29. What's some of that?
16.
16 as well.
Bothrid got a 19. Between the four of you, you exit Seameet and sort of walk amongst the trees and then eventually come to the clearing of the river where you can see the bridge that forded the mouth of the river. Quite a long stone sturdy bridge. You see that is destroyed now. There's rubble in the water. It is impassable. And as you look beyond that now, you see a a very oriental style boat, ship, out to sea. And even from this distance you can see that the sails are ripped and torn. Looks like part of the hull is splintered, and yet it floats.
Any sign of anyone on the deck?
From this distance it's difficult to tell.
Doesn't look like they survived that.
Could you? Well, the question is, do we want to help them? If they are there, could you send the Zazel to see if there's any survivors? Don't want to go out there if we don't need to.
Yeah. I mean, aren't they out to sea though? They're the wrong way to the lock. Opposite way?
They are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can go see. Concentrate for a moment, close my eyes. A bright light on my shoulder appears, and Azazel appears.
The sort of wings fold out, and Zazel looks as if it stretches. Just looks down at you with those owl eyes. They just belie an innate intelligence.
Been wanting to keep you safe for a bit, but got a bit of a task for you, if you might. You fly around that ship, see if anyone's still alive on it. Come back to me when you've seen.
And Azazel will just sort of open the wings and sort of jumps off your shoulder, flaps twice, 3 times, and slowly but surely sort of launches into the air and then soars along the river over the broken bridge and makes its way towards the Oriental style ship. This is going to be further than your ability.
Yep.
But because Azazel is a familiar, there will be some telepathic communication when it returns. As you follow Azazel's path now, and you watch as it streaks through the sky and then swoops down and seems to then open its wings and slow down a little bit as it approaches the ship, taking a good look. And it's in that moment you see something, a tiny speck of something, just launch in the air towards Azazel. Azazel rolls, spins out the way, opens its wings, swoops back round and begins to fly very quickly back toward you, Dargon. All of this probably taken about 10-15 minutes. And as Azazel begins to turn and fly backwards, you see the sails fill with wind as they are turned and manoeuvred into the wind, and the ship begins to slowly but surely give chase. Now Azazel is much, much faster than the ship. And Azazel comes swooping down, and as it comes and lands sort of on your arm now, you can see that there is blood flecked across Azazel. Azazel is going to land on your arm as you sort of hold it up, and it's going to put its forehead directly against yours, and there's a spark of light. And you see what Azazel has just seen as it sort of soars through the air. You get that feeling of wind in your feathers again, and just a sense of jubilation to be out soaring amongst the free air. You see your quarry, you see the ship. You head down, sort of swoop down and slow down. There is something moving aboard the deck. The whole deck looks like it's swarming, almost like ants covering a floor. And as you slowly but surely descend ever closer, something flies up towards you, spinning. And as it spins, it sprays you with some sort of cold liquid. As you follow the descent of this item rolling out of the way, you see it's a severed hand.
Oh.
You bank and turn, and as you bank and turn, you now see as the hundreds of creatures begin to uncurl themselves. This ship is littered with zombies, and at the helm, with half their face missing, is a human adorned in a red, or what was a red, captain's coat, which in your mind, Dargon, you would recognise as William Pegbag, the captain of the Summer's End.
It's not good, lads. I'm afraid they're all gone. Even the captain. But I fear that that ship's heading this way. We need to get out of here. Quick.
Are they gone?
Gothrid looks down towards the river and
Will not be able to pass beyond bridge in boat. Broken. Dangerous.
Well, let's get out of their sight line so they have no reason to follow. Kirik. Zombified. Horrible. Dead. Gruesome looking. I'm sorry. I know you want to lay him to rest, but we've got bigger fish. Hopefully not literally. No.
I'd like to roll a dice to see what Kirik's going to do.
Why do I feel like I was going to cast Dawn on the boat?
you roll whatever dice you wish to associate.
You're going to roll a d4, and if it's a 4 or below, he's going to do it.
No, I've rolled, but I haven't seen what it is. So I will say 10 to 1. Kirik's going to go to the boat. 11 higher. He's not. It's a natural 20. So.
So Kirik,
That's for a wasted roll.
feeling that natural pull.
Sorry, I mean, my apologies. My manners. Where were my manners?
Of course. First natural 20 of the night.
The most
First roll.
unwanted one in Kirik's
Right, not
mind.
first roll.
So
You're
Kirik,
essential
you
in
sort
his
of
own nat 20 there.
getting that sense of there are more important things than this right now. You begrudgingly turn away from the boat. And what are we doing?
Hiding, I guess. Or leaving a line of sight, at least.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'd like to head towards the river, but in a way, if there's anything that will obscure us from that boat.
So outside of Seameet, there is a number of trees that it's very easy to lose yourselves in or not be lost from sight, I should say, to get to the river, and then you can skirt along the river or go wherever you want to. But as you turn into this small wooded area outside of Seameet, you are gone from sight. They would have been following the owl, and the owl is now out of sight.
Okay. So, can we get on the water now, or do we have to wait a bit?
No, yeah, we can do that now.
Is this the one that's going to
about-
take us a little more time? You know.
Yeah, in about 10 minutes we can go in.
Okay.
As I am going to, still looking at the boat and seeing it go, I will then kind of shake my head and kneel, grab my holy symbol, and I will spend 10 minutes casting Water Walk. By the end of those 10 minutes, all of us, you will see on your shoes kind of two little raven wings, spectral raven wings appear on your heel, a little bit like
How very
Hermes.
Hermes of you.
Heels. And we yeah, you just feel slightly like raised up a little bit, but not much.
Slightly buoyant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. So, who's trying it first?
Bothrid just goes, steps out onto the water. Doesn't even do it gingerly, just steps out. Jumps on the water a little bit.
It works.
Oh, can I try and do it like when you ice skate? That's what I'm going to try and do.
Make me... I'm going to say make me an acrobatics check. Go on.
Go on. If I trip and fall, will I just fall in?
You can't fail acrobatics checks though.
I can't. Well, I've got plus 14, but I did roll a 4, so
It's pretty
18.
fucking close, yeah. You sort of slide out and go to do the whole sort of ice skater slide, and it's not as elegant as gliding on ice, but you do manage to sort of slide a little bit forward.
Not that
Like
Dogon
walking on
does
a
this,
polished floor.
but it is the physics conundrum of what if you have cast Water Walk and then you go Cannonball?
I've seen some.
You probably end up with a very bruised pelvis.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
bruised.
Yeah, if anybody's seen that film where the guy runs off the platform and
Yeah.
jumps onto the solid ice,
Then that's pretty much what
I
would
imagine
happen.
it to be something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll gingerly get onto the water, and then once I realise it's all right, just crack on.
Okay. So then, party. How quickly are we doing this?
We're on the river at the moment. How wide is the river?
The river itself, at this point, is probably about a half a mile wide, I would have thought, at this point. Big river. The biggest river.
I would say at any moment, in the river and in the loch, we're going to try and stick to what we deem the centre. So, and then at that point, well, I'd say we just get on with it, because it's not like we can hide behind a wave. So shall we just go as quickly as possible?
Yep.
Sure.
Time is of the essence now.
I mean, I'm not saying
Sure.
running. I'm just saying, let's not be stealthy. I'm not hunkering down the entire time.
Yeah. I'll walk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk at a fast pace then along the river. And it's weird. Like, you're used to walking on land where things change quite dramatically here and there, and things underfoot will change. You'll have to step over sticks and that sort of thing. But walking on a river now, it's literally just like walking on air. You just go. There's nothing that changes about this river. Even the waves and the current do nothing to hinder your progress. You travel for 45 minutes or so, stop, cast the spell again, keep going, and you go like this for about half a day. Before Bothrid turns and says,
Do we continue or get food? I am hungry.
But if we want to stop, then
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
Can
how
we-
we set up camp.
we'd have to do it on land. Not testing that theory.
I mean, are
Can we eat and walk?
I was going to say, are we stopping now, or are we just eating or stopping?
Do you need to
I
rest?
don't think there's
after
any
or are
reason.
you okay?
I don't think there's any reason to stop. I think we should walk until it gets evening and we have to actually rest.
Is there any fish in the river we can catch?
Bothrid goes to put his hand through the river and just...
No,
You can,
don't try beating
You can
me.
actually forage some of the shrubbery along the riverbank. That's edible.
Gaslighting
by
bolt
our
on the
Russians.
river.
Should we just stick to rations?
Right. I'll get some of the riverside lettuce as well, just to supplement.
Make me an age
Me
check.
and Johannes used to do it all the time. Oh, that was nearly a 20 and it rolled into a 2. 15 altogether.
I'll say with the 15, you do manage to find one of the more edible riverside plants, fresh water, although it would be mixed with seawater at this point, even at this far in. So, but a edible plant of sorts. So sprinkle it within your rations and eat that, and it makes it.
I'd
somewhat
like, before
more-
Ender eats, I'd like to cast Detect Poison and Disease on that plant.
The levels of trust in our makeshift family.
As you do so, there's no poison, no disease. It's not
Right.
particularly appetizing, but it will.
Just
it will
making
suit.
sure.
I remember this
And you
tasting a
continue
bit
on
more,
your
a lot
journey.
more like Rocket when I was younger.
You continue on your journey, and at this point, the sun has risen, and it's sort of mid-afternoon, if you like, because it was dark when you landed in Seameet. Love that joke.
You're now on a chat timeout.
So you continue on your journey. Very little happens. There's a few intrigued sort of seagulls that maybe fly down and investigate both Azazel and yourselves, having now walked on water and made your way upstream. Eventually it gets to the point where you all begin to tire somewhat and you know you're going to need to take a rest. Where are we going for that?
Are we still in the river or in the loch?
Still in the
now?
river,
Okay.
not quite in the loch yet.
We're going to have to make camp on the riverbank, aren't we? We've got no choice. If you want, I can, for safety, I can create the protective dome.
Okay. We were going to do this water breathing thing. When can we do that?
You want to sleep underwater?
Well, you could put your dome underwater if we could breathe.
If I put the dome underwater, would it create like a Sandy from SpongeBob type dome where she can live in it without having to breathe? So she can. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but
That's the only reference I can think of.
I think it will still let
Jabba
water
the
in.
Hutt's like
Still let water
Jabba
in and
Binks'
out,
is that.
but it ain't going to let the trout in.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Also, it might be warm, so it might feel like you've peed yourself. Just saying.
I can make the conditions whatever we want on the inside though. So could I make them dry?
You're going to make
If I
my
can
crotch.
control the
You're
atmosphere?
going to make my crotch feel like I pee myself the entire time, aren't you?
Right,
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you're doing a handstand in the water and then you cast the dome, is it just like an upside down dome? It's just
I'll create a boat.
Make
like a bowl.
a bowl.
That is a good loophole.
See, this is the sort of shit that if I was playing a chaotic character, Matt would have to deal with.
Really not looking forward to campaign 2.
Actually though,
I am now having
If
to
it
search
isn't-
for, can you cast Liamon's tiny hut underwater?
All is in a dome under the sea, and that's the thought.
Oh man.
Only if the dome doesn't have somatic components. Yeah, very good points there.
So-
very good point.
So, the hut itself, technically, you could cast it on top of the water.
but then we're going to sink eventually.
We'd sink through it.
You would.
Yeah.
So unless Kirik's staying up all night.
And it does have a small crystal bead component.
Right.
Luckily, I've got
You've
anal
got your
beads.
hurt.
I literally was about to stop that before you got there. But pull on my mother.
The first time Anders heard that.
It's not a small crystal bead either.
We've got the hut. We could be relatively safe on the edge of the river.
Yep.
Best bet, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Same as
In
Natural
all
Level says, trying to
seriousness.
figure out how to do it underwater. Yeah. I mean, we could climb a tree and we could be in a tree if you want to go nuts.
Yeah, but then we'll be shot from underneath. As I say, if we can cast water breathing and go underwater and then cast it, that would be even better because no one ain't gonna find us. All right,
Oh,
but if
I can do this. I can do this. We can breathe underwater
well, why don't we just do that right now?
because we're walking on water.
How long do we think it's, like, considering how much we walked?
How much
How
further?
long do we think? Yeah, how much further do we think it's going to be?
So you reckon it's probably now only about a third of a day. You can see the river starting to widen. You reckon it's probably a third of a day to reach the loch proper, and then you will be walking across the loch to find whatever the fuck you're trying to find.
A third of a day.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends where the fuck it is. We don't know.
So it's a third of a day, basically, to get to the loch, as in where it properly
Yeah.
opens out into the loch. Then you've got the rest of time to figure out where in the loch this is.
Do we think we're going to be sleeping again, though? That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. Because once
he can cast it again the following day. So
True.
You can ritual
And he's going to
cast
get the
it as
spell
well.
slot.
and ritual
Okay,
cast it.
ritual
So
cast it,
yeah.
Is water breathing a ritual cast?
Oh, yes.
Oh, then fuck it. Then we'll just go in the water. I thought he was going to spend a spell slot. No.
Game on.
Why haven't
why
you
are we
been
messing
doing this
about?
since the start?
Just checking my
Yeah.
contacts are in properly there as I look for the small R. But yes, there's a tiny little book and an R next to it.
Underwater levels are always great in games, so let's just do that.
Okay, so are you killing the water walk then?
Whoa.
I will after
water breathing
Bothrid
first.
casts water
Please.
breathing.
Yeah.
I will sink like a fucking stone.
My players are too smart for me tonight.
Oh,
Anyway.
man. Dargon was ready to blow up his bag of holding as quickly as he can.
So you see Bothrid reach into a small bag he's got and pulls out what looks like just the most rudimentary reed, broken in places. And he's just going to sort of put that in his mouth and then sits on the river, places his hands in his lap and begins to sort of speak in a language that only he would understand, because nobody else speaks Druidic. And eventually, as you're all caught in this spell, and he sort of spends 10 minutes or so doing so, or 11 minutes technically, something feels slightly different. Like you're still breathing, but there's almost like a sucking feeling around you.
If we can breathe underwater, does that mean we can't now breathe in normal air?
No,
Or
we
are
can't
we,
breathe.
Oh no,
can't
you can
breathe in it.
still breathe in normal air as well. So part of the water breathing
Okay.
spell means you retain your current mode of respiration.
Oh, I think this works. I'm just going to dunk my head under. Oh, I can't, come on.
As the water walk is still on, you would go and smack your face on.
The most intelligent member
You're
of
going to
our
take
party.
4 points of bludgeoning damage as you smack your face on the water.
Bothrid, you didn't... Oh, I don't know how this works.
Not my fault.
And
You cast the
and
water
I've got
walk.
the
The fuck is that
I'm
stone on
wondering
your
when
head?
we-
It's doing fuck all, mate.
Well, I don't think Ayun knows about water. He knows about everything else. She knows about everything else.
As Ander is in the middle of this, bullshitting, I will drop the spell.
As the spell drops, everyone, apart from Bothrid really, begins to sink very, very quickly. But
And I'll go, why didn't you do this? As the bubbles come up, as I'm swearing, being covered by the bubbles. As he let me smash me.
As everybody else is pretty much wearing heavy or medium armour, Bothrid wears none. So you all begin to sink rather rapidly. I suppose it's probably Dargon, Kirik, Ander, and then Bothrid sinking somewhat slowly. But Bothrid's then got this look of pure glee on his face. Like, there's fishes? Yes, fishes, because there's multiple types of fish. There we go. Swimming around him now. And he sorts of strokes them over the back and stuff like that, and is massively in a totally different element, quite literally. But he is loving it. Eventually, Dargon, you just cascade into the
once I get over
bottom of the river.
Yeah, the initial, like, you know, oh my god, this is crazy. I would like to be looking at the others and just be like,
I'd like to think,
arms
you're
on
a
the
big-
side,
you're a
like,
big guy. You're a big guy in a kill sinking. The only thing floating that's left floating is your bollocks. And then they sink last. Lovely.
What an image. Fucking hell.
I mean, technically, now he's in the
that's-
Solar
like-
Swift.
yeah.
That's got full leg plate armour, so the kilt is held down.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. You are just torpedoing to the bottom.
If I get a spin on, I'm just going to drill down into the ground.
So there is this big sort of just of silt and sand as you hit the bottom of the river and hit the riverbed. And eventually Kirik, you sort of in and then Bothrid just sort of crosses his legs as he comes down and sits down on the floor. Just
Show
gives
off.
you all a thumbs up.
Can you talk? Can we talk properly, or we'll understand each other? Or are we going to have to do this for the rest of the episode?
Please.
Possibly.
Oh no,
it
my
says nothing
internet's
about-
going off. Oh.
It says nothing about talking, but you can breathe underwater. So, how well does sound travel underwater?
Extremely well. 8 times as fast and 8 times as far. Just
Well, whales can
FYI.
talk to each other for miles away, just going,
Oh, thank you.
you're doing the Dory from Finding
It's
Nemo
a
whale.
small blue and yellow fish just flicks around Dargon's face.
Just keep swimming. No.
Anyway, absolute chaos tonight. This is what happens
Yeah,
when
if
the
we
party
do see a
decides to
little
go
orange fish
underwater.
looking for his kid, are we going to help him as a side quest, or just let him carry on?
Anyway,
It's fine, they'll just keep swimming.
oh god,
So
Really?
I will try.
Really?
Can't give me
Really?
movie references, man. Can't give me movie references. I will.
I will try and talk to the gang. So I will try and say, are we resting or carrying on? And see what happens underwater. If not, I'll just use message.
Really loud.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to compensate for the water. Maybe I shouldn't. Again, apparently the genius.
when you use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like tap the stone. Like, I don't think it's on.
Hello.
Yeah, the dome, mate.
Right. Here's a thought. Is it dark? Because Dargon's a glowy thing of armour. I've got a glowy crystal on my head. He's got a glowing sword.
The
It's
sheath.
not going to be dark, is it?
I mean,
We're
there's light still coming in from above, but it's muted light now. Dargon does give off a radiant glow, however.
So is it going to be like one of those angel fish, and now just loads of fish are going to start coming towards them like moths to a flame?
Yeah, so
Are you gonna get trapped?
the quicker you do this dome, the better.
Yeah, can you like darken the dome from the outside?
It's opaque from the outside.
There you go then.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If you make it shitty green,
I can
then
command
it'll
the
be pretty good.
interior to become dimly lit or dark if we want to as well. Yes. So I will ritual cast the dome, please.
Almost like a giant bubble inflating. Just this dome appears around you.
Excuse me.
And there is water inside, there's water outside, but it is a warmer temperature inside. I'm waiting for Kirik to say something, given he's put his head in his hands there.
I just realised we can't open the bags of holding whilst here.
What do you need to open it for? What have you got in your
I
bag
don't
that you
know,
need?
potions. Depends where you have your potions, mate.
Why can't? What? Because the whole water will just go into them and it will drain the.
Probably.
Lock. Isn't
Probably.
that actually? That's probably helpful, isn't it? We can just drain the lock.
They have a limited capacity.
Yeah.
You can't
I was gonna say they have a
drain a
limited
lock.
capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
you
can
can
open them. That's technically not in contention here.
We shouldn't.
So if I fill mine up, Dargon fills his up, that might empty the lake enough for us to do what we need to do. And then all we need to do is the next enemy we get, we both open them and do a tidal wave attack.
Yeah, brilliant, absolutely. That's how we'll defeat Asmodeus, is by throwing the
Done.
water from the lake on him. Oh man.
Excellent.
Anyway, sorry.
So,
Yes.
We've got down a slippery path.
now we are
haven't
in this underwater dome. We've fucking like totally chaotic tonight. It's brilliant. Now you're in this underwater dome. And Stick, you're not alone. I love that idea as well. There, you can see there are fish that sort of swim around it, and occasionally is just this, and they skirt over the top because they can't pass in, can't pass out. Are we taking watch, or are we just?
Yeah. Do you think it'd be possible for Bothrid's rations to try and catch fish? Or just sticking your hand out the dome and grabbing them for breakfast?
I could turn into animal and just catch fish.
Yeah, I'll do that. Brilliant. That's a wonderful idea. Could you not do that on first watch or something?
I
No,
can do
last
that now
watch.
if you want.
You can do last watch, actually. Sorry. Yeah, you usually do last watch, don't you?
Can both return into a ship.
That will use up some ability if I maybe do it at the beginning.
Oh yeah. You
can.
do first watch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do first watch.
Okay. In which case, Bothrid's gonna just sits cross-legged, thinks to himself, and then he's gonna step outside of the dome, and you just see this puff of black smoke almost. You realise then that it's an ink cloud, and Bothrid becomes a very large octopus.
Of course.
Because why be a shark when you can be an octopus? Every now and again, Bothrid is just going to sort of... I'm going to make a few checks for this now.
Do octopus catch
First one
fish?
misses.
They camouflage themselves, don't they, and hunker down and then
Second
pounce.
one misses.
They have to eat something.
I've lost me.
That's a
15 points in the
secret.
dice tower.
That's a
Yeah,
good point. Is it going to
yeah.
die in fresh water?
We'll just ignore it. It's fine.
Third
It's
one
fine.
sort of
It's okay.
before it just sort of... yeah, it's a valid point though. But yeah, for the sake of it, I'm not going to go otherwise. Bothrid's wild shape becomes totally fucking irrelevant. It's water, it's fine. Yeah, I suppose technically.
The river's
Eventually
salty
Bothrid
because
sort
of
of-
some sedimentary rock reasons we can't explain.
It's fine. Bothrid manages to sort of loop in a fish and then sort of shuffles back into the dome with a severe movement speed of 60 feet.
Wow.
Gets in and just back into Bothrid. Not a good idea. Not a good idea.
Why?
Freshwater creatures only. Freshwater creatures only.
Yep. You can breathe underwater. What are you on about?
Okay, so I will assume at this point then everybody's going to sleep. Bothrid's sort of now thinking, how do I cook a fish underwater? Bothrid is going to spend his watch trying to figure that question out.
Lay it on Timiel's wrath and see what happens.
Oh my god.
I love how Kieran's going to have to cast Sacred Flame on it for breakfast.
So as Bothrid sort of tries to figure this out, what he does do is get sort of his rope and stuff that he's got and just manages to at least secure the fish. So the fish is just sort of floating now on this rope, and there's 4 fish in total. Bothrid then sort of tests the water breathing again, just sort of, and then goes and kicks. Who's he going to kick awake? Let's. Dargon kicks you awake.
Yep. Oh.
Your watch.
Okay. All right. Cheers. Ooh.
Don't lose the fish.
I won't. Good one. Try and sleep. It's a bit weird, but try it.
Bothrid's going to sort of shuffle himself in the sand, and then or in the silt, and just.
Can you snore underwater?
It's probably like a.
Dargon, are you doing anything in particular on your watch?
In the art of attunement to the armour, would I have got everything that it can do?
Yeah.
I don't know, you probably can press the button.
Yeah, he's probably right. Again, there's a difference between what Dargon knows and what Dave knows. And on this occasion, maybe different. The wrong way around. Okay, am I going to do anything on my watch? Just think, how the hell did we get here? That's about it.
Okay. Who are you waking?
I said we're just going to try and light us
Dargon
again.
takes a big deep breath.
Anda.
Okay. Are you going to shunt Ander awake?
Yeah. Your watch.
Anything to report?
It's wet.
Oh, okay. What's with the fish?
It's our breakfast, don't lose them.
Okay. I don't know if you can eat that sort of fish raw. River pike. I don't know. I know fish.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you get yourself off to sleep. Now I've been woke up in the middle of the night. I obviously need to do what everyone does and have a wee. So I'm just trying to figure out how to do that underwater. So the only thing I can think of is, what I will do is I will stick Little Ander outside of the hut. So then when I do wee, hopefully it then won't come back into the hut because nothing can pass through the hut. That's my plan.
There's a physics question here on how little is Little Ander.
We've never talked about
is
the
it
characters
warm?
pissing. Why is this
Pretty damn
time?
cold.
Is it warm under the water?
Well, it was warm in the dome. It's not warm out.
Oh, then it's bang average in a warm environment.
in which case you actually have to physically go outside of the dome and relieve yourself.
Okay. Right.
And then sort of swim your way or sort of claw your way back in. You do notice that even though you've got water breathing, it is a lot more difficult to move underwater than it is on top. You're at half speed, effectively.
Okay. Come back in, and then I might try and help Bofford out by starting to prepare some of the fish. Hang on, I can't leave the dome because it'll drop. I have to just stick my dick out.
Oh, you just literally, like, both of you have jumped the gun here. Fucking people in the chat and you. As you turn around now, there is no dome.
What I'm going to do
the second
is...
time it's happened.
Yeah, but the first time I was lured out against my will and I got sexually assaulted. This time,
That
it was
is
still
true.
penis
That is
related. It's just I needed a week.
Always penis related when you leave the dome.
What I'm not going to do is tell anyone. I'm just going to... Can I just ritual cast it again? While no one's looking.
I'll say you sort of go, "Oh, shit, 10 minutes. I'm going to ask everybody else to make me perception checks at disadvantage, please, because you are sleeping.
Amazing.
23.
You
18.
lured me into that one.
Bothra got a 10. Bothra don't care. What did you get, sorry, Dargon?
18.
18. So both Dargon and Kirik, you would notice at some point a shift in temperature. I will let you decide whether that wakes you up or not.
No.
I will open my eyes. I'll open one eye. See that Anda is just coming back and trying to cast the spell again.
Then all you'll hear is, go to sleep, close your eye. As I'm stroking your head. To get you to sleep.
Do I want to know?
You're dreaming. You're dreaming.
Insight check, please.
Make me a deception check, please, Ander.
Okay.
Yes, deception against insight. Let's go.
27, motherfucker.
28. 18 on the dice. That was classic and the V Kirik.
So I will let you somehow literally play out how you want to deal with that information.
Look at and then just kind of turn around.
Shame.
Right.
Amazing.
And as your watch finishes, then you go and wake Kirik up.
Yeah.
I will say throughout all of this, with everybody's passive perception so far, and as yours being particularly high, there is nothing other than the fish that sort of swim around you. You don't get the sense that anybody's following you or anything's trying to get at you from the surface. Can't sense anything that puts you in any immediate danger right now.
Kirik, you look like you're having a weird dream. Just thought I'd wake you up and tell you it's your watch.
Did you drop the dome again?
Maybe. But don't tell anyone. I've re-prepared it. Long story short, I thought I saw a threat. And I keep forgetting that if I leave the dome, it drops. So I went to investigate for everyone's safety, obviously. And then it turned out just to be
I'm gonna inside that before you even finish it.
Same again.
I wanted a round two. Ah, shit.
Natural 20 for a 30.
Amazing. And even you start to stumble at your own words here and just look at Kirik, and I think the both of you would probably burst out laughing at each other.
Yeah, I went for a
Absolutely
weird
at this
night.
point, yeah.
I went for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I can tell.
I can't get it past you, can I?
No.
Dan got would have
okay,
lapped
that's
that up. He'd have loved that, but can't get it past you.
In fact,
It's weird to laugh with
Yep.
water.
I would have done.
Okay, Keurig, is there anything you wish to do on your watch?
I'm not going back to sleep, am I? There's my final watch, so
You'll still benefit from everything from your long rest, of course.
even if I use something out.
I will say if you use it at the beginning of your watch, yes, I'll let you get away with that. That's fine.
Cool. In that case, yes. I will, in the depths of this river, I will attempt to communicate with the Raven Queen and cast a Divine Intervention.
Okay.
Oh.
To attempt to get a visage of the location of where we need to go.
Fucking baller.
As if it works. Which, well, we'll see. 37. Close.
Not quite.
Yeah.
The river does seem to turn colder around you. And it almost begins to feel like that feeling from about a day ago, where you walked in death. But other than that, nothing else. It's almost like just that is the result of you channeling that power.
Yeah, that's fine. I expected. I will just spend my watch sort of just looking out. I have a question. I have two questions for you, Matt, before we go into this. I have a ring of swimming.
Okay.
Which I bought from Mephisto when I thought we were going to come here and then went into the Feywild instead. That gives me a swimming speed, but I assume it doesn't do anything regarding like the disadvantage of attacks and stuff like that. Right?
So, by strict rules as written, melee combat attacks or melee weapon attacks are only at disadvantage underwater if you don't have a swimming speed.
Interesting.
There is also, it depends on the weapon. So if you are attacking with a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear or trident, there is no disadvantage on those attacks. Ranged weapon attacks will automatically miss if they are beyond the range, the normal range, not the extended range.
And they're at disadvantage
underwater spell attacks
within that range?
Yes, they're at disadvantage. With disadvantage underwater unless the weapon is a crossbow, net, dart, javelin, spear, trident, or other thrown weapon. Underwater spell attacks, you will roll as normal without disadvantage. It's only weapon attacks that get disadvantage.
Cool. Great. That was question number one. That's really good to know. And second one is freedom of movement spell. Grants. It says being in the water imposes no penalties on the target's movement or attacks, but I assume it doesn't specify, but I would assume that you rule it as melee attacks in that instance, not ranged attacks.
Yes, because everything else
Great.
is fine.
Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. That's all I wanted.
Oh yeah, but freedom of movement wouldn't help your arrow because it's on the person, not
Yeah.
the item. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
That's a very good point. I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that because yeah. Makes sense. Cool. Awesome. Then watch done.
Okay. And the sun has risen at this point, and there is an eerie light now, as you sort of see the specks of silt and dirt catch that light in the water, and it's almost like a glittering effect within this water now. It's quite pretty, quite beautiful. And you start the new day as the four of you now wake up. And what are we doing with these 4 fish then? Bothrid's there just
I'll
sort of
help
looking at them.
Bothrid fillet. Well, I'll show Bothrid how to fillet them. Prepare them.
Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to walk up to Dargon.
Guts and stuff begin to float.
Yeah.
Yes, Kerry.
I've got something that might be more useful on you that will be on me.
Okay.
And I will hand you over the Ring of Swimming, which doesn't require attunement.
Oh, nice. I'll have to go and make
That was
pictures,
another
mate.
dig, by the way.
Oh yeah, sweet. I don't have to think about what this one does.
So yeah, you can just add it. It's just on the sheet. And I will take
The
it off
ring
mine.
of swimming.
You gain a swimming speed of 40 feet. As I lose mine.
Nice.
Yeah, I figured it might be more useful on you than on me.
Do I immediately feel freer in the water then, by any chance?
You do. You feel less sluggish as you place the ring on your finger. And you now actually sort of flit about a lot quicker than the rest of the party. I think Bothrid would be moving at about 20 feet every 6 seconds, 22.5 feet every 6 seconds. Everybody else is sort of 15 feet. You've got a full 40, so you will actually have to wait for the party to keep up with you.
Oh, flipping out, Kerry.
Does that last as
This
just
is
as long
quicker
as
than I
you're
can
aware of it?
move, normally.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. Well, you're going to be more up and about on whatever might occur. So
I'm thinking what I might do. I can, using the cloak, I can sprout gills. Obviously, I don't need to breathe underwater because I already am, but it'll give me webbed fingers and webbed toes, so I can swim fast.
that's good.
But I can only do that for a limited time, as long as I concentrate. So I'm going to have to save that until we're near our final destination.
Yeah, but that might help you fight as well. Close combat, if you have to.
Well, yeah, I'm going to have to get in close because I can't shoot a bow and arrow down here.
Yeah, and when the time comes, I can help Bothrid with moving underwater as well.
I mean,
attacking
if
So
underwater.
in
you,
terms of visibility as well, it's clear water, and at the minute the sun is very, very bright. So you've got about 60 feet worth of visibility around you.
Cool.
if it gets closer than that, I will try the sword, but I've basically kept the sword sheathed for now. So,
Okay. So you've filleted these 4 fish.
Yep.
Bothrid is going to sort of stand there and go, we draw.
We're gonna have to.
I cast Detect Poison and Disease. Sorry, I'm panicking.
I mean, these species, they should be safe to eat raw. I've never done it, but they should be okay.
Just making sure.
No poison, no disease, perfectly fine.
Great. Yeah, they seem fine.
Keep the skin though, Bothrid. They do make a good jerky. Keep the skin.
So I try stuffing the skin in the bag and it just keeps floating out. It's just like, gets it in there
Okay,
eventually.
maybe not. Maybe not.
yeah, I'll chew into the fish then.
It's not the nicest meal, but it'll do. Bothrid's just there, like, because Bothrid will eat anything. Just like,
If Dargon can swim, can we all just hold on?
Well, yeah, but then I'll be going half his speed. So
That's counterproductive. Yeah.
that's even dragging one of yous and dragging all 3 of yous.
True.
I mean,
True.
if Bothrid can be as quick as me in a shape, and then we're going half as fast. That's technically quicker than you guys can go.
That's the point, Bothra. Can't you just turn into a dolphin?
Not in fresh water. Could become eel.
I don't know anything about a otter. No. Something that swims really fast that I can hold on to. That's what I think. That's a freshwater creature.
Go on, 17 intelligence. Go on.
Ooh. I know what I've got 17 intelligence. Google.
So there are river dolphins. Bleh.
Thank you. Yeah, can you turn into a river dolphin?
As you say, have you never been never watched Blue Planet?
I will say that thanks to these new braces, I have a movement speed of 40 feet, so I technically am swimming at 20 feet per round.
Mm-hmm. So you and Bothrid are probably moving at the same pace.
Yeah.
Just me then.
Just you.
Bringing up the rear. It's okay. I don't want to waste the ability yet.
Yeah,
Although
I think
I could just technically reuse it. I've got quite a few charges on the cloak, to be fair.
I say we just walk. Or swim, even.
Let's just go.
So you do manage to sort of walk / half swim on the bottom of this river, and it's going to take you just over half a day to get that third of a day travel that we were on about previously. So it takes you half the day just trying to get to the mouth of the river. I need everyone except for Dargon to make me maybe a Constitution saving throw, please.
Come on, be good, be good, be good, be good. Yes! Dirty 20.
Three gets a natural 20 for a 30.
Okay.
Dave, it was a natural 20.
Dave, press the button. Dave!
23.
Nice. So you all managed to stave off the exhaustion that's threatening to seep in as you begin this prolonged swim / walk towards the edge of the loch. As I say, you can only see 60 feet in front of you, but you do now get the sense that the loch sort of suddenly just opens out and the edges appear. Sorry, there was a stutter in the internet there. I don't know if that was me or what.
Happened to me too.
Oh, I thought it was okay. It was everyone.
Okay, yeah, you must have been the stream.
Yeah, it must have been me. My bad.
Cool. Hopefully there wasn't too much happening on stream on the actual stream there, but cool. I'll sort of build out an expanse. Where would we like to go at this point?
Can I see if I can sense anything yet?
Make me an Arcana check at disadvantage, please.
Oh.
Ooh, guidance on that.
+4?
D4.
Plus D4.
Plus a D4. I've got 18 as well, if you it's a disadvantage. Which is a 14 with 14. Disadvantage and guidance.
There is a faint pull. Something. But you can't quite even get a grasp on where that pull is coming from. It is somewhere ahead. Somewhere ahead. You don't know how far, you don't know in which direction.
Okay. I do feel something. I can sense it, just not strong enough to gauge a direction, but it is ahead of us.
Water breathing as well.
Oh man, it's bigger than that. It's how wide is this loch from like all the maps that I've seen?
You know, at its widest point, It is about 20 miles across at its widest point, but that is its widest point. The majority of it is between 12 and 6 to 12 miles across. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm just doing maths.
This is the one time when we would like a ranger.
You left the only ranger you know back in.
Yeah, because as I see Anders sort of struggle, I will say I have something that we can use, but I need to be closer to it.
Okay, look.
I need to get in close within the 10 minutes, so it is up. Otherwise,
yeah, don't use it now. By the looks of the river bed, can we see that we're in the centre of where we are? If not, I'll do something else.
You're not in the centre of the lock by any means whatsoever. You sort of figure out now you're on you can see the lock beginning to open out and it beginning to get deeper as well.
But have we still got that like sort of 60 foot,
for where you are, you've still got 60 feet worth of visibility.
Yeah.
You reckon if you were to walk further into the centre of the lock, that's probably going to get worse?
Yeah. I wonder, lads, if we keep our heads above water for a bit, even though we're still going to be swimming, we can gauge roughly the centre of the lake, the lock, better, because we'll see the edge of the... Well, no. We'd have to stick our heads up. Maybe we'll see the edge.
How do you propose to float in your shiny stuff?
Could you swim to the top with your new ring of swimming, send Azazel up, and then could she communicate to you where the centre is, like guide us from above?
Let me try swimming up first. So, I'll try swimming up.
Okay. You do manage to swim up. It is difficult, but you do manage to sort of swim up. It's going to take a lot of effort to try and keep yourself above water, though, given you are wearing.
Yeah, I'm actually. I'm just going to try and get up there, poke my head out, see if I can see.
Okay. So you sort of swim up to the top, poke your head out. Usually there would have been and you do it instinctively and go.
Hyperventilate. Shit.
As you look, you can see now there is sort of a noonday sun directly above you, and you can feel the heat sort of down on the top of your head now, given the fact you've been in underwater for some time. The skin is wrinkled. You see the banks, but they are far away now. We're talking, you are in the middle of maybe this 2 to 3 mile expanse. So they are a distance away from you. You can see that the lock just extends for miles ahead of you. And then beyond that, in the far distance, you can see sort of the hazy mountains of Glentuag.
But therefore, the way that we've been travelling is likely the right direction.
Yeah.
As in, to where we think we need to go, the central lock. Okay, well, I will plummet back down to the bottom then. When I get down to the bottom. We're heading in the right direction. We've just got to try and keep this going. I didn't try bamfing out Zazel. And sorry. It's quite hard being up there. Look, I can just see the edge of the lock at the moment, but it's going to get wider, and at that point we're not going to be able to see the edge. It's going to be too far over the horizon. So we just need to head in this direction. I did see the mountains and the waterfall, the mist, so it's definitely that way. Just let's hope it's bang in the centre or we can see it. Alright?
I'll keep trying to sense it periodically.
Yeah,
See if I can get a fix on its location.
best bet.
Okay. So I am going to say then, before we begin our journey through the loch proper, let's take a short break, and then we will tackle what is to come.
We're back.
Heyo!
Hello.
We are.
I bet you're thinking one of us had a
Welcome
poo, but
back.
we didn't. I can assure you.
Well, I was going to start the welcome with, like, hello to everybody that's new viewing the channel. I can see a few new faces hovering around behind the scenes, so don't be shy. We are all very friendly. Most of us are very friendly.
And it doesn't bite
Some
hard.
of us are too friendly.
Yeah, over friendly if anything.
Yeah. We're really not selling it to the new viewers, are we? But no, thank you for joining us. I hope you're enjoying the show
Thank you.
so far. Yeah, feel free to get involved in the chat. As I say, it is a very, very open, honest place, so don't be worried about anything. And if you feel like it, drop a follow. If you feel even more generous, drop a subscribe, and we will...
I mean, the fact that you haven't left yet is a good sign, right?
It is a very good sign, so no, thank you for sticking with us. Appreciate that was a slightly longer break than usual, just to allow a few people to get some food and sort some technical issues out in the background. But with that, we are back in the depths of Loch Esamere. Having eaten and spent half the day having rested, eaten, and then spent half a day reaching this point. Dargon has swum up to the surface and, got something of some bearings around where you need to head. What are we doing?
Got a forge on, haven't we?
Yeah, head straight that way. Do our best.
At least we know we're
Okay.
heading in the right direction.
Who is leading?
I want to say me, because I'm thinking I might be able to sense it. But then again,
If it was you, I'd help because I went up to get our bearings.
Yeah.
So I will
Okay.
help.
so it
you
might
on that.
be Dagon's got the bearings. He sets off, charging ahead, and then I'll keep sensing. And then if I get a ping on my internal compass, then I'll take over. I think.
So I will say between the two of you then. Carry on, Kirik, sorry.
I'll just go after. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. So I'll say between the two of you, sort of Dargon and Ander sort of lead the way. Bothrid sort of takes up the rear, knowing that he can very quickly shift into a sea creature or a water creature if he needs to help the party out with Kirik in the middle. So, Dargon or Ander, I need one of you to make me a survival check, please.
Oh, I'm good at them.
And do so with advantage.
Yeah, do that.
In fact, no, do a straight roll, because... Yeah, disadvantage and advantage leveled out.
I'll use a lucky point because that was a bag of shit.
Yeah,
You see, I've got a plus 10, Dave, but when you roll a 1, mate, there's not a lot you can do about that.
Yeah.
So I'll roll again. That's better. 21.
21. So you managed to head in the right direction, and again you probably travel for another half day before you begin to feel even more, and my browser window's just closed, which is always fantastic. You begin to feel more of a pull, and it is at this point that you begin to see it.
Oh.
You see barnacled and algae covered stone walls, maybe? You now pay more attention to where you are, and you realise you're in something of a small valley. And you can now see old, very old shipwrecks on the bottom of this loch. And ahead of you, just as you peer through the darkness, you reckon you can make the outline of maybe a gatehouse in this wall, but certainly a structure. The light is becoming very, very, very dim at this point, as the sun is sort of waning, beginning to set now. What is it we want to do?
I'll say quietly. Do we need more light? Or is that a bad thing right now?
I mean, you are like a fucking Belisha beacon in the water, by the way, mate.
It's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, if people have seen us, they've seen us, but I'd rather see them coming as well.
Very good point.
So any extra light I'd always be happy for.
I will say with the light that Dargon gives off, you can see... Is it bright light or dim light your armour gives off, Dargon? It's
Just
dim,
looking
isn't
now.
it?
Shines with an ambient light.
Oh, Matthew, I've just remembered an ability of the Moonblade Dagger. I can use its charge and use its Sentinel ability. Not fucking hell, there's a lot of Sentinel abilities knocking about in this group, but this Sentinel ability, I can choose a kind of creature that is an enemy of the item's creator, and it'll glow faintly, kind of like Frodo's sword, right? So if I choose water elementals. Do you think that's a good one to choose?
Nice.
So I'll choose water elemental, so the dagger will glow if there is one within 120 feet.
Okay.
And that intelligence
Does it
working
begin
out.
to glow?
Nice.
Did you say it's beginning to glow already? It does begin to glow.
Begin to glow.
Doesn't begin to.
Doesn't.
Fucking hell, I thought straight off the bat we're in.
Doesn't. Does not.
Okay. It starts flashing like a... Okay, 120 feet. And that resets it down.
It's broken. Oh, clearly, you know.
Matt,
I
you
will
said
say
that
with
we've
Dargon's
traveled.
armour, you can... Sorry, Kirit, I'll let you go in a minute. You can see about 30 to 40 feet around you. It's not quite dim light, but not quite bright.
What happens if you take out the sword?
Just before I do, gathering close by. Right. Dargon closes his eyes. Power of the Everlight, help us through this. And help me and my friends be strong. A momentary pulse of light from the armor, and I'm casting a second level aid on us three. That's 5 additional hit points, and that's a modifier, isn't it?
Bofford missing out again.
Afraid so. It says up to 3.
He's got resistance.
Never got no fucking aid, man.
Like 300 hit points. I mean, he did just die, but you know.
And while this is all going on, you now feel a much, much stronger pull. Something is encouraging you beyond that gatehouse, pulling you in a direction almost straight ahead of you. And in its usual state of finale, the Moonblade is somewhat subdued at this stage. Kirik drops somehow to 13 hit points.
Yep, bear with.
Rocks fall, Kirik dies. Anyway. The Moonblade at this point. Well. Never thought I'd be in the presence of this city again. Tell me, boy, why are we here?
Why were you here the first time?
I was made here.
What? So did you belong to King Girth first of all? Was he your original holder?
The king of old? If
the one
Girth
before
was his name.
Girth.
The king of old commissioned me, oversaw my creation, and then gave me to one of his sons.
Oh.
But I had a purpose before that. I am the key to a series of locks.
Yes, you've helped me with that before.
Yes, we have. Are we to do it again?
I think we have to.
Very well.
Me and you.
Nylon, then.
For Nyland, you beat me to it, you bastard. I was going to say it. Me and you for Nyland.
Onward, then, I guess.
Hang on, let me tell the guys. Obviously, you only heard that one-way
enough.
conversation.
Be quick.
As it turns out, the pull is quite strong now. We have to go straight beyond those gates. But the dagger has just told me he was forged here. He was commissioned here by Geth to obviously to be given to his son. But before he was a dagger, he was a key. I've already used him as a key before, but he will be a key to a series of locks probably on our quest. So we're definitely in the right place.
Yeah, it's good to finally see, made structure. We're definitely in the right place.
Do you think now is the time to turn on my swimming ability? It only lasts an hour. Do you think I should wait? Okay.
Maybe. Right. Let's give us a bit more light. I'll bring out the sword. Danny, have you what's your hit points with a +5 8?
100.
100.
Yeah.
100.
It's not updated.
I haven't added my
Apparently
age
it's
yet.
triple figures.
800, and you should be on a 96 because you took like 4 damage.
Yeah.
But then we had a long rest, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. Good point.
I've just smashed my face. Oh, hang about. Fucking hell, I pressed the wrong button.
194.
I added 100 rather than making it 100. I'm invincible.
At least, Dave, the algorithm's working, right?
Yeah, it is. The fact that he said it and it immediately came through.
I'm back on the
It's now
100
taking a while to update because it's like, nah, I like it up here.
Fucking hell. More hit points than anybody else in the party.
There we go.
Cool. So as Dargon now and unsheathed Timiel's wrath, the area around you does light up. And I'll say you've now got 80 feet worth of visibility as this bright light shines around you now.
There's no point being stealthy, lads, here. We are a beacon.
As Dargon uses Timiel's Wrath, I will also grab onto the Rod of Alertness, and I will just cast a See Invisibility on myself. Just in case.
Okay. In this moment, Ander, the moonblade that you hold in your hand begins to glow.
Of course it does.
And the three of you begin to see what seems like swirls of water appear before you. As I just go and double check that I've got this right and not fucked it up. Yep, no, that's fine. And in your mind, Ander, we have company. Van Island. As three strange creatures, like half fish, half maelstrom, just in front of you, swim up very, very quickly. They have sort of these bluish green and red trimmed waistcoats on, these long white flowing almost linen shirts that flow around their bodies, these fish-like heads with spines over the top and these spines that reach out from behind them. But where there would be legs, there is just this swirling vortex of water. One of them speaks, and it comes out as a series of almost quacks and bubbles.
Do we understand it?
No.
I would like to invoke my aqueous form using my cloak now, please.
Okay. So you invoke your aqueous form, and as you do so, and there is a slight magical shift about your person, all three of these water-like creatures, their demeanour just becomes very fierce, and I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Oh, I know. What did you do?
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go! Oh, Bothrid,
Oh, look at
you get
that map,
advantage.
though. Look at that map, though. I also get advantage, I think, because of stuff.
18 on the dot.
Because of stuff.
Well, it matters not.
What did you get?
Big fat 10.
Big fat 10. Dargon?
18.
18. Bothrid got a 19, so it will be Bothrid, Ander, Dargon, and Kirik. Let's get some tokens populated, shall we?
Under the sea. Under the sea.
As a red crab just begins to... Percussion.
Isn't he a lobster? Is he a lobster?
No, he's a crab.
Is he a crab?
Okay, right. Buttons.
Who's got
Ariel's one of my
buttons?
favourite princesses.
I want to be where the people are.
Down where it's wetter.
Giggity.
Under the sea.
Stuck you in there,
Careful,
innit?
copyright.
It's alright, it's only one bar. We're good.
What's a better water-based Disney film? Little Mermaid or Moana?
Ooh.
Seen Moana more times. So.
Yeah.
I'm going for Moana because there's less misogyny in Moana.
Very good point.
By
There's
the way,
also less shipping your 15-year-old daughter off to marry a guy she's just met.
Yeah, she sacrifices her voice to meet a man. I mean, that's a bit harsh, isn't it? Whereas Moana is kick-ass.
It is indeed.
And she's got that funny chicken, which makes me laugh.
yeah.
And then Moana's got the rock, so...
Yeah. Heart of Tatiti. I feel like when you're feeble-minded,
We need to
like
pause.
Moana.
Stop everything. Stick. I think I've just fallen in love with you.
It's very
I
true.
To be
fucking
fair,
love that film.
Absolutely
It's a very good one.
Favourite, yeah.
One of the best soundtracks.
Yeah.
Bless my soul, Herc is on a roll. That is one of the best
So, total
Disney songs
sidetrack.
ever.
If you've not heard Peyton Parrish's version of Go the Distance, go and listen to it.
Go the Distance is an awesome one, yeah.
I've heard that turned into like
yeah.
a wedding song and all sorts, like a power ballad.
So it's been turned into sort of this metal rock-esque song, and it is fucking phenomenal.
There's some
Anyway,
people on
we
TikTok
were
who've turned-
rolling
We're
initiative.
digressing. Quick, wrestle it back. I'm going down a
We are.
hill.
So, as these creatures now all sort of... and you can see their arms sort of spin out, Bothrid is immediately up first, and the first thing Bothrid is going to do is Wild Shape.
Yeah, he
And
is.
he is going to... Sorry, somebody's just dropped Treasure Planet into the chat, and I might have to just disown them.
What? Treasure Planet's classic.
Musket's
as
version
much
of Treasure
Island,
Island is
but, you
much
know.
better. Anyway, so Bothrid is going to Wild Shape, and he is going to become, when I can find it,
A
a
kraken.
giant white moray eel.
a sea urchin.
If he could become a fucking kraken, he would.
Yeah.
So
Hello,
he is going to
Beastie.
grow and becomes this huge, great eel. And just begins to slither around. That will be his action.
We completely forgot that the actual best Disney film set at sea is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking cartoons, aren't I?
Yeah.
We're thinking animated films. You were waiting for the opportune moment.
That was it.
That was it.
Okay, so Bothrid, as an action, is going to wild shape and then is going to move his 40 feet swimming speed. 5,
Much more
10,
better.
15, 20, 25,
Much more better.
30, 35, 40, straight to there. Mr. Gibbs! It's
They're all
literally going
getting
to become a
delirious.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I can just imagine, because Dargon's got the ring of swimming, he's going to do the Jack Sparrow run across the seabed because he's running through water.
It'll all be good until we start playing dice underwater.
Oh, dear.
Okay, right, so Bothrid is running up to there. That is Bothrid's turn. We are then over to Ander. What do you wish to do, sir?
I will panic. No, I do. How far away am I from these guys? Can I? I
Don't
can.
panic, Mr. Mannering, don't panic.
Oh, they're all. Oh no, they're quite far away from each other. It's quite a big map, actually. I would like to instantly.
Just to show the peeps on the stream, there we go.
I will instantly like to spunk one of my high-level spell slots, and I will cast Slow on B and C because I can't include A.
Oh, they're too far apart.
So that is a Wisdom 18 saving throw from them both, please. Oh, actually, I can use Unsettling Words as a bonus action on B as well. And the Unsettling Words was, didn't I eat you for breakfast? Harking back to the fish we ate earlier.
B gets a natural 20.
Bastard. Ooh. No, I did not deserve that.
I love the fact you tried to swipe it away.
C gets maths, a 16.
Oh, okay, so C is slowed. Hang on, if you got a natural 20, the Unsettling Words doesn't make a difference really, does it?
Nope.
Okay, so C is slowed, B is not.
I need some better contact lenses. I can't see a shitting thing.
Who said that?
So, as a reminder for the
Exactly.
class, that is speed is halved, -2 to AC and Dex saving throws. It can't use reactions. It can only use an action or a bonus action, not both.
Danny, how much have you drunk? You've gone blurry.
How much have you drunk, Dave?
Aim flesh.
I'm
Can
flat.
you
Apparently I
Logitech?
still haven't created the condition token for slowed, so we're just going to use...
Logitech is freaking out.
Cool. Anything else on your turn, Mr. Splinterthorn?
Movement? Do I want to move? No, I want to stay far away from these guys, thank you. For now, until I have to stabby stab.
Okay, Dargon.
Okay. Oh, 40 feet. Remember that.
Yes, good sir.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Sorry, I just saw Sticks pun on the chat. For now, Lynn.
And I will. No, right, yeah, so it's going to be sword and shield out, point it at B, and flames will flick off the sword, shoot out towards B. Sacred Flame, dexterity saving throw, please.
Nice.
On B.
On B, yes.
Underwater.
That is a big fat 7.
It worked for a change!
Yes.
You got a celebratory button for that?
Celebratory button for.
That do?
Works.
Okay, sorry, yes, I'm just going to roll it on D&D Beyond. Noise, that was 20. 20,
Nice.
radiant damage. Nice.
20 points of radiant damage straight to Married B, yeah?
Yes.
Excellent. Anything else on your turn?
Bonus action. No. Nope.
Excellent. Okay. Married A then, as it is their turn before Kirik, unfortunately. Married A is going to just spins their hand around and then just throws it forward, and in front of them appears this water-shaped creature, as it is going to just conjure elemental.
They can conjure elementals? That is a problem. Suddenly,
Who's
it's a
doing
very
that?
different fight.
Married
A.
A.
Oh.
You should have moved.
Can I
You should have moved. Waterbenders.
now I'm within 60 feet. I can counterspell that as a reaction.
Okay.
You are.
Using my Bandafayul.
It gives you counter
I need you to roll me d20. It's a 5th level spell, Conjure Elemental.
Shit.
So read what it
Okay.
says about your counter spell. You're going to have to roll something. I think it's a d20 plus 2, basically, is the DC.
If a spell's
your
force level
spellcasting
high, make an ability
something.
check using your spell casting. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level, so I've got to beat a 15.
Yeah.
You've got to beat a 15, yeah.
If it's not acting as a 5th level spell, which presumably it's not, it's asking
So-
acting as much lower than that.
D20 plus my modifier plus 5. Come on. Got to beat a 15. Fucking hell, natural 1. What a cunt.
Oh, dude.
So it's the first time you use it, and you sort of try and concentrate on the band and just think, count this fuck shit. And yeah, it just fizzles out into nothing.
It's almost
the
like
water
the
elemental
bulb,
just-
the gem glows, but then like a bulb, it just pops and the diffuse goes out.
You're gonna
The
get
water elemental.
a nat 20 on a counterspell at one point. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. I never successfully used a counter spell even when I had your ring of counter spell. It's never worked for me.
You'll see. You'll see.
By the way, yeah,
Yes.
thank you about the Nat 1. I was playing, was it last, no, not last week, yeah, the week before. I was having fun.
Very cool.
Okay. So that will be the married go, as they're not going to do anything else. But this water elemental is now going to take its turn. And it's going to move 5 feet
goes
up to
right
where
after them.
Bothrid is. And it's.
I think we've got to zoom in.
It's
on
going to be
this-
like
on
your
this
summon
character
celestial,
creation.
isn't it?
Look at that.
Very cool. Very cool.
So that water
looks
elemental. So if anybody wants these quick tokens, 2-minute tools, fantastic. You just search for it. Little token, amazing, free to use. Go check them out. It's awesome.
It looks like something Ben 10 had turned into. Did anybody remember Ben 10?
So there's a few options.
Oh,
That was my
man.
favourite one. The rest
Oh,
were...
at least some hours there with me. I'm not
Ben
looking
10.
I remember Ben 10.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Sorry, it is then going to use its Whelm ability.
No, good.
Is what ability?
So each creature in the elemental space must make a DC 15 strength saving throw. So Bothrid needs to make a strength saving throw in moray eel form, and the strength modifier on this creature is fucking awesome. That's a grand total of 17. Which is enough.
I was also going to ask, can it do it against a larger creature?
Yep.
Nice.
Damn.
The elemental can grapple one large creature or up to 2 medium or small creatures at one time. So if it's large or smaller, it will also be grappled. However, because Bothrid is saved, and technically the elemental would have moved to there, Bothrid is just pushed out of that space. That is then the elemental's go, and we are then over to Married B, who is going to do exactly the same thing.
Oh, shit, man.
Fuck off.
Conjure elemental.
Yeah, that's quite bad.
Not going to do anything else. The elemental is going to swim and swim right up over to where Dargon is.
Okay.
Dargon, I need a strength saving throw, please. The eel, by the way, has a +9 on its strength, which is awesome.
Okay. So strength saving throw. Oh dear. 15.
15 is the magic number.
Oh, that was not a good roll.
You get
not a good roll.
pushed backwards, just sort of spun out of this creature's space.
Aha! Pointing backwards. Oh, whoa, what?
C then can still take an action. He's going to cast Conjure Elemental.
Yeah.
On this water elemental. It's a swim speed of 90 feet.
Wow, 90 feet.
Fuck.
It is going to go
Hang
straight
on.
up to
Can
here.
C, if C is trying to cast a spell, I've got to roll a d20 because it's slowed to see
Yes,
if the
you
spell is
have.
successful.
Yes, you have.
So, I have to roll on an 11 or higher. The spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn, and the creature must use its action on that turn to complete the spell. If it can't, the spell is wasted. So, we're hoping for an 11 or higher. Come on! 15. Have some of that.
Yes.
C is just sort of slowed in this moment of trying to conjure the wind. You can see the water just slowly. It's like a drain. Like just that slow spin rather than a full-on maelstrom of water. That will be Married C's go. Very, very good, sir. And then we are over to Kirik.
You beautiful, beautiful
Save
human.
us.
I will, in that case,
Save me!
swim forward 5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
Finish him off.
That's all I can do. And I was sort of counting on the other elemental being here, so... yeah, I'm gonna follow up on Dargon's Q. Which one? You attacked B, right, Dargon? Married B?
Yes, I did.
Great. In that case, I will look towards it, and I will raise my hand slowly in the water, and I will click my fingers and make the sound travel through as I'll cast Toll the Dead on the creature. It needs to do a wisdom saving throw, please.
Bear me just 1 second. I'm just writing down elemental HP. So wisdom saving throw for B.
Please.
That is a big, fat 13.
That fails. That's going to be 3d12 plus 5
Already taken damage as well.
We like that noise.
I like that
is
sound. Yeah, that's cool.
36 points of damage, please, on the cantrip.
Fucking hell. And as the bell rings out, it gets that sort of shockwave effect in the water. Just. I'm trying to think of the film where something shakes underwater and sort of the whole scene just shudders around. I can't remember for the life of me what film that is. It will come to me in a minute. But yes, shockwave effect. And it hits Married Bee and just sort of bits of scales begin to just flake away. Still up. Still not bloodied. But decent amount of damage.
Damn.
Yeah, I will take that. And seeing... do I want to do that? Yeah, let's have fun. I will use the darkness that is around us, and I will cast Strength of the Sticks to become a large creature underwater, because that sounds like a great idea.
Why not?
Wait, I'll actually go there, because...
And I'll say that the water actually spins around you and then it's almost like this surge that loops in front of you and shoots through, and as it shoots through you feel that icy cold of the river Styx itself, of that river of death, and you just begin to grow as the water shoots into you.
Nice. That is my go.
That is your go, and we are back up the top two. Bothrid, who now faced with this water elemental in front of it, he is going to attempt to make a bite attack, which is a bucking 13, and just misses as this eel just snaps to bite the elemental and water just shifts around it. Bothrid has not taken any damage, so that will be Bothrid. And Ander.
So, I'm going to just move to here just so I can make sure I've got line of sight of B. And I will, seeing like a sound wave that seemed to work when Kirik did it, I'm going to play a power chord on my magical lute, which will then impose disadvantage on the spell I'm about to cast on B. So as the sound wave travels before him, you'll just then just see a beam come out of my forehead to join it, and it'll become like a Kamehameha wave from Dragon Ball Z, and it's going to hit him, and I'm going to psychic lance him right in the face. For an intelligence 18 saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw. Damn.
I rolled 18 on the die, which is a 22.
Disadvantage, though, because I played the thingy God.
Disadvantage. That's a 15 on the dice, which is a 19.
Are you? Bellend. I made that sound really cool as well when I described it, and then you fucking went and saved.
Amazing.
So you only take half as much damage, which is alright, I suppose.
I mean, it's still fucking awesome.
Still.
You won't be incapacitated now, which was my hope. So, half of 7d6.
Incapacitated.
So you take 16 instead of 32 psychic damage.
16 points of psychic damage.
Incapacitated would have been good.
Beam of energy just crackles through the water. And Dargon, you would have felt that just streak past you. Cool. Anything else in your turn?
I might move a little bit more to be next to Kirik.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I'll be
Dargon.
like one of those little fish that's on the belly of a whale. You know, just
You're a pilot fish.
Pilot fish.
Yeah, just for safety.
Right, I'm going to swing into this water elemental in front of me, and I'm going to do it
Nice.
one-handed, shields out. So that is going to be I'm going to have to do new math. 25 to hit.
25 is going to hit.
27 to hit. And
27 is going to hit.
19 to hit.
19. All three of those are going to hit.
Okay. Oh, bloody hell, I can't even do the math.
It's like an
4.
awkward.
That is
How are you liking
49.
that plus 11 now?
Yeah. 49 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. I will.
Hang on. No, that's not right. Not bloodied.
Yeah. And I'm going to move up next to Bothrid. Whoops. There.
Swimming, ring of swimming goes.
Whoa, backwards. It's a little far. And I'm going to. No, actually, I'm fine. I'm fine for now. I'm going to stay there. Yep, I'm good. That'll be my go.
Sorry, I'm just testing the combat tracker in. Oh, you fucking beauty. I can edit that on the fly, add in the water elementals, and it doesn't change initiative or HP, which means I can now add all this in. Fucking, I love you, D&D Beyond. Thank you so much. Right, cool. So we are then over to, if that is your go, we're then over to Married A, who this time is going to. It's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there. No, there's not. It's going to go 5, 10, 15 to there. And is going to turn, and again the hands just sort of proper waterbender moment as this jet of water in a 60-foot line shoots out and is going to catch both Bothrid, Dargon and Elemental B.
Yeah.
So each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Was that a spell that it was casting?
No.
Okay.
It's a
sorry.
magical ability, but not a spell.
Sorry, dex saving
Cool.
throw from me, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's a
Bullshit, at least.
17 for Eelthrid.
Oh! 19.
Nice.
That's a save, and then
I worked well with the ring of swimming. That's actually plays into the
RP's well, that does.
yeah.
and the water elemental gets an unnatural 20.
Oh,
If that had shit decks, that'd be stupid, wouldn't it?
So, on a failure, target takes it. On a success, target takes half the damage. Okay, so that's a fair bit of damage actually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 5, 10, 12, 16, 20. So 10 points of bludgeoning damage to Eelthrid, Dargon, and the elemental.
Eelthrid.
Now that elemental is bloodied.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna use Stone's Endurance.
Oh.
Yeah. Gonna use Stone's Endurance, and I reduce that by 11, so...
Take no damage. And you can do that 4 more times tonight.
Yeah!
Yeah. Nice.
So there we go. Then Married B is going to come 5, 10 across to there, and is going to do the same. And this time, Dargon and Kirik, I need dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh, dexterity. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Unnatural 19.
Okay. So, Kirik, you're going to take 13 points of damage. Dave, dexterity saving throw.
Right, sorry, me again. Yeah, my bad. Oh, another 19. 7. Yay.
Okay. You're also going to take
Nice.
13 points of bludgeoning damage as this jet of water just slams into you.
Fine, I'll take that one.
Married C is going to finish casting Water Elemental, Conjure Elemental. This elemental then appears, and then it's going to swim 5, 10, 15, 20, 20.
Is this the wrong time to use counterspell as a reaction?
You can use it as a reaction if you really wish to.
Actually, no, I can't. I have to call my own bluff. I just remembered I have to roll a d6 to see if I can actually use it again today. Sorry,
roll
I
a d6.
on that.
Roll your d6, see if you can use it again.
I have to hit a 6 to be able to use it again. Oh, fucking hell, I only rolled a 6, didn't I? Like an absolute beast.
There you go. Would you like to use it again?
100%.
There we go. Cast counterspell.
So I
He
need
gets
to
15.
do
Go on.
natural 20, baby.
I'm going to say in this moment,
Nice.
Ander, you can see Married C beginning to finish the spell, and you just turn and go, no.
Nope. I did a kill. Nope.
Nope.
I'll roll the d6 to
just
see if
the-
I can use it again. No.
Dice
Elemental
taketh,
is
the
gone.
dice
Please roll
giveth,
a
my
6.
friend.
There we go.
I would also
So,
point out
only 2 elementals on the field.
I did also roll that d6 after using my aid, and I do not get it back.
I don't get it back again now. But
Recharge abilities.
We're now
Look at all these
starting
new
to see
toys.
artifact level properties, folks. Artifact level properties. That's amazing. So, Married C is done. In fact, Married C is probably just going to go 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 down to there, which is half its movement speed, swimming.
Unbelievable.
he's coming to get me.
Yeah, he is coming for us. It's too far away. Okay, in that case. We're okay, I think we're okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Nice.
Just polish them off.
I will move forward 5, 10.
Kill them all.
And I am going to.
19th level banishment.
I wish. I am going to try the same on Married B. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead to start with.
Oh, nice. Just fuck them up.
Oh, Matt, you haven't been making your slow saving throws for Steve.
No, you're right. So the wisdom saving throw for married B was a 12. Married C. It's a wisdom saving throw, yeah?
That deserves one of them.
Yeah.
No longer slowed.
Not as good.
What a 15 on the dice.
Number 7, number 6, 17, 7, 24, 29 points of necrotic damage.
29 points of necrotic damage to married B. Still not bloodied, but not looking good as more scales, and you can see the sort of linen shirt that it wears is now ripped in places as the threads begin to unravel here and there.
Still not bloodied, huh? Nah, that's a silly idea. I am going to, I think, end my turn there.
Okay, we are back up the top to Bothrid, who is not happy that this elemental... not happy that this Marid has tried to shoot him with a water jet. Is going to swim just 5 feet over to there and is going to try and bite the Marid.
Nice.
Oh dear, Bothrid. That's a 9 to hit, which is going to miss. And as Bothrid in the Eel form just goes to bite down, the Marid just shifts in place. Bonus action, however, to use a first level spell slot to roll a d8 and gain as many hit points back. Is that a d8 plus anything? Combat wild shape. Where is it?
I love the fact that druids can
HP per level.
be an animal and cast spells. I love it. It's so cool.
Only well, it's not a spell. So it's he's consuming a spell slot to fuel magical energy and heal itself.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it gets 2 points of health back.
Because,
heal.
Bothrid doesn't have enough hit points, so
Sure.
kind of
As
needs
I
to,
say,
Bothrid's go. And
needs to restock them.
I will cast slow on A, B, and the 2 water elementals, please.
Oh,
do you not want to do it on... sorry, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
C's not in range. They've got all big within 40 feet of each other.
A. Get
beauty.
wisdom saving throw, yeah?
Yes, please.
Unnatural 20 for A.
Bugger.
God damn.
26 for married B.
Blimey.
Jesus.
Elemental A gets a natural 1.
Hey.
Do the one,
B
Dave. Do the
rolled
one.
2 on the dice. Yeah, don't forget the natural 1. Okay, now that would have been funny. Yeah, so that's a 2 for water elemental B. So not only is it bloodied, it's also now slowed.
2 out of 4 ain't bad. I'll take that.
2 out of 4.
2 out of 4 ain't bad.
You're welcome.
That was in
we
time
just
in
butcher
my
the
ears
late-
as well. It probably didn't come in time over the stream, but
Did you just butcher the late great meatloaf?
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Honoured.
He's going to be pecking the Raven Queen's head to tell Kirik to get them two to stop it.
Oh, dude,
I mean, I could start singing Battle Out of Hell if you really want. Anyway, carry on. And anything else on your turn?
I will... Yeah, will I move? I don't want to be... No, I will... Bonus action, I will give my Bardic Inspiration to Kirik, so he can use it on a spell attack, a spell save, a healing spell, and add the D8 to whatever he wants, basically.
You are bardically inspired, sir. Doggone.
I'll attack Elemental B 3 times.
Why not? Pardon me.
Dirty 20.
He's going to hit.
Wow. 30 something, 17 plus stuff.
Yeah, okay, it's gonna hit.
32.
The AC is
hit.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if we don't roll a natural one, I hit.
Jeez.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
45 points of slashing damage.
Fuck a duck.
Yeah, no, sorry, I did it too late. It's fine.
You can do it now before I continue?
Yeah. Technically, it's meant to be. I can do it after I roll, but before I add any damage. But I forgot about it because it's not in my sheet. But there is a maneuver I can do that basically just fucks them up a bit more.
Yep, do it.
That will be a D10, and I'll let you know if it does anything more special. But I don't think it does. It's just me being really. It's precision attack. That was it. So that's an extra 7 for whatever I just said. So that was 45. So 52.
53, 52, yeah.
52.
There are wisps of this elemental left that begin to start stringing itself back together. It is not looking good at all. It is barely there.
Oh, man, still up though.
Just.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is if you'd have done max damage on that D10,
Yeah.
gone.
That is gonna be my go for now. I'm not gonna go nuts.
Okay, married A then, who is not slowed.
No, stay there.
So married A, not slowed. This almost spectral-like water-based trident appears in its hand.
Oh, good.
And it is going to make 2 trident attacks against Bothrid.
What's that dude?
Two-handed.
Who's the second in command on the Windless Tail? He's a trident guy, isn't he? We need him.
Brellan.
Thank you.
Or Brallan, even. That is a 15 to hit Bothrid, or Eelthrid. Which is going to hit. So we'll see if the second one hits as well.
He is an
Yep,
eel
second
after all.
definitely hits. That's a 26. So that is going to be 4 of them plus 12.
I suppose if you think about armour
8.
class, not just actual armour,
11.
you think elusiveness as well, so you'd think an eel would be quite hard to hit.
18,
It's also a massive eel, so there's a lot more to hit.
34 points of piercing damage to Eelthrid.
Oh, wow.
Oh dear.
That is quite...
So what you're saying is I should cast in large on eel through it, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So the eel is down to 18 hit points, and technically the eel is, of course, bloodied as a result of that, but Bothrid is not.
Damn.
So the eel begins to leak blood. Yeah, that'll be married. Married A, excuse me. Married B then is also going to conjure this sort of spectral. As I choke on shit. Water-based trident is going to just swim straight up to Dargon and is going to do the same. 2 trident attacks. First one is a 27 to hit.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Second one is a 19. No, sorry, 29.
What? I mean, that's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
No, sorry, I've moved the dice. There was a 19. I've rolled the dice onto then the 19 afterwards.
Yeah, that misses.
Gotcha.
on
I
a
knew I'd seen
19.
the 9 originally. So only one of those is going to hit.
Yeah.
That bounced out. So that is 8 plus 6, 14 points of piercing damage.
Cool. Okay.
Bit hard.
Married C then is going to swim straight up to Ander. No, ignore me.
Yeah.
I've forgotten the elementals. In fact, no, fuck it. We'll do the elementals in a minute. That's fine. Doesn't matter too much. Married C then is going to swim straight up to Ander.
They're slowed anyway.
I'll remember this now. They are slowed, so we'll say that's why.
Well, we'll see.
Trident appears. Natural 1 with the first attack. And a 28 with the second.
Shit. Okay.
Shit. it's going to be 8.
I'll roll this while you're doing this.
13, 21 points of piercing damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Yeah, I'll roll this, but Married B, as he missed me, I'll use my riposte as a reaction.
So
That's
Andy
a
will take
natural
11
20.
points of piercing damage instead. Natural 20, nice.
You've got to use your buttons loads tonight.
I have. No man.
He loves a
Just do
button,
one for every
doesn't
dice roll. 1 through 20.
That is 21 points of slashing damage to Married B.
he? 21 points of slashing damage, which is enough to bloody Married B. Now we'll get around to the water elementals. So Elemental A is going to attempt to slam against... No, do you know what? It's rolled a 6 on it, so it will move into Bothrid's space, and it's going to use Whelm again, so Bothrid needs to, or Ealthrid needs to make a strength saving throw.
Can he, when he's slowed, he can only use one action or bonus action, not both?
Yep, that's fine. So that is 28 on Bothrid or Ealthrid to save, so that will be half damage and not grappled. So 2, 6, 5 points of damage to Ealthrid. And then Bothrid just gets pushed out of the way. Water Elemental B then is going to try and do the same to... well, let's roll the d6 first, shall we? Nope, will not. So Elemental B instead is going to make a single slam attack against Dargon. That is a big, fat 13 to hit.
Nope.
Misses.
You got to make your saving throws, mate, to see if he's still slowed.
Yep. Both fucked.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. I will use a spell I haven't used in a while.
It's never good when Kirik starts with a, how many enemies are there on the map?
Seeing that we are fairly surrounded, I will place my hand on top of my shield and I will slice my hand, and I am going to... There's going to be like these little strings of blood just flowing through the water, and kind of like infecting both elementals, and the Marids kind of breed them. As I'm going to cast a 3rd level Bane, so that should catch all of them.
We're merely born in the dark.
Born in the water. I would like all of them to make charisma saving throws, please.
Just going to put that there for the sake of it. So, Married A.
Immediately shot.
Charisma 18.
That just saves, yeah.
Yeah, I bet you wish I'd not fucked that ability up now, didn't you?
Yep.
Married B gets a lot. 24.
Ooh, yeah, that saves as well.
Married C gets an 18.
That did not go very well.
It did
Elemental
not.
A rolled an 18 on the dice. But that's a 17.
Okay, that's one.
Elemental B rolled a 15, so gets 14 and is also baned.
Nice.
Baned and slowed. I will say, for the sake of it, the elementals are now red.
Yeah, I can go with that. Bane, bloodied, and slowed.
Yeah.
Just like a Friday night with Amber.
Just like,
Oh, wow. That was an action to cast Bane. Yeah, it's gonna be my turn.
Excellent. We are then back up the top to Bothrid. I think we'll quickly see this round out, and then we'll see where we're at, and probably call it there. We'll see what happens. So Ealthrid, first bonus action, is going to use a 3rd level spell slot to do 1d8 plus 3 health back. 5. So it's then, as an eel, going to attempt to bite this. It's going to attempt to bite the elemental.
Nice.
Rolled a 3. Gets a 9. Misses.
Wow. He needs to
Bothrid's
turn
getting
back
a little bit pissed off now.
He needs to turn back into Bothrid.
What he should have done is fucking raged first. Technically, rage is a bonus action, so if I was not a twat and reading the character sheet, could have entered that anyway. What a knob. Oh well, forgot about it. Ander.
As I have one right in my face, I will bonus action steady aim to then get advantage on a stabby for Nylin attack.
Good move, sir. Good move.
Which will be a 29 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
10 piercing damage and sneak attack damage of 14.
Nice. As you just hear this violence.
I'll say it out loud now and I stab with it. I'll go with it.
Annihilate! Excellent. That will be your turn. Dargon.
Elemental B. It's
One
a natural
attack,
20.
please. Elemental B is
Most
dead.
unneeded natural 20.
Cool.
Elemental B is dead. It's got 3 hit points. There's no way it's
not even
surviving.
gonna roll.
Literally no way.
Okay, married B. 23 to hit.
That will hit.
26 to hit.
Yes.
Uh, 29 points of slashing damage.
29 points of slashing damage. Not looking good.
Because I'm a dick.
Do it
Going
again.
to no. I am definitely going to do this afterwards. This is a bonus action hex on B. So that's now on him. But I'm going to move over there.
Over there. Cool. Anything else?
Nope, that's my go.
Okay. Married A is yet again going to use 2 trident attacks on Ealthrid. Natural 20.
Oh,
Sentinel that.
Fucking grave cleric. That is
You love them, really.
19 points of piercing damage. I do love them. 19 points of piercing damage to Ealthrid, which is enough to reduce Bothrid back down to size.
I think we need a counter as to how many
No
times I
longer.
pressed the 1 and the 20.
It's been quite a lot.
actually.
Lot
And then the
today.
second attack is going to be against Bothrid Why is Bothrid's armor class dropped?
We need a sentinel one, so it comes up with a D20 and then just a like Family Fortune's cross coming over it for the sentinel.
It's on the list. Actually, I know I need the large nope gif. So I need to be able to just bring that in and be like nope. So
Okay.
I get that in high res. I'll do it.
Send stick.
That is a 26 to hit, which is also going to hit Bothrid for... Oh, shit. Get down the tower. 5. Okay, that's the fourth time I've rolled an 8 and a 5 on 2d8, so I'm getting slightly concerned now that these dice may be cursed. So that is 13, 19 points of piercing damage again. Probably could have just remembered that. To Bothrid, who is not raging. So he's going to take all of that. 19 points of piercing damage, but it's just going to grin as this sort of water-based trident pierces his body. Elemental A then is going to attempt to slam attack Dargon twice, but is slowed, can only do it once. Bane, remind me what that does?
Minus
D4 off
D4
the attack, yeah?
on the attack.
So that will be 26 minus 25 to hit.
Yep.
That's better. That's a 7 and a 3 on the 2d8. So that's going to be 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, right.
Married B then is going to attempt to make 2 trident attacks against you.
Yep.
First one's going to be a 17 to hit. That's going to miss. Second one is going to be a 25 to hit.
Hits.
That is 14 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
And Elemental B is dead, so we're then over to Married C.
Stone's Endurance, that one as well.
Yep, okay. Married C is then going to make 2 trident attacks against Sander. First one's a 14.
Nope.
Second one is an unnatural 20.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So you're going to take... you're going to take 19 points of piercing damage.
I will uncanny dodge it to 10. Thank you.
Yep. Kirik.
And it needs a concentration check, I believe.
And it does need a
Shit,
concentration
you're right.
check for slow.
Because I'm swim. Yeah.
Slow.
Slow.
Oh, fuck. Hang on. If I've cast slow,
Have
I'm
you
not
got 2
swim
concentration
anymore.
spells going?
No.
That's fine.
No. I'll basically put it this way, I'm not swimming.
That's cool.
But I do need to make it for slow. It's because I've not been moving anywhere,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Oh, is your swim thing and concentration spell as well?
Yes, I got 13 on the concentration check.
Gotcha.
13 is enough.
I always forget slow's a concentration spell.
Yeah.
Yep. You need to remind
I
me of those
will
things.
look towards Married B, and I'm going to try and cast the Toll the Dead on it again. This time, trying to send it back to the dead.
So get a... No, it's not Bane. Ignore me.
Yes,
That is a natural 20.
Come on. Another one?
I fucking love this dice. D and Dice, thank you so much.
It's just reminded me that Hex is also concentration. I've just rolled. I'm okay.
Cool.
Good. Man, yeah, it's going to be my turn. I'm not going to do anything else. As my click of the fingers don't work.
Could you have added your... No, you can't, because it was a save that you made. I was going to say your inspiration.
Yeah. I was going to use it for damage, but...
Okay, I'm going to be cheeky. We're going to do one more round. One more round. So, Bothrid. Bonus action. To rage.
There it is.
Yeah. He is going to take out Nature's Thread.
The whip.
Is that what he calls his penis?
Whip. Nope. That's
Cool
the
whip.
whip
Okay.
that he has.
The cool whip.
The whip. And he is immediately just going to quickly lash out towards Married A for a 21 to hit, which is going to hit. That's going to be 8 points of slashing damage plus an additional too much to fucking read. 2d6 piercing damage because of the thorny barbs. So that's going to be 6 full damage on the extra damage. So that's an additional 12 points of damage from Nature's Thread. And seeing how well that went, Bothrid will do that again, but
Nice.
this time reckless. Which is a fucking good thing, because I rolled a 3 on the dice the first time round, so that's a 13. That's a 25 to hit, so we're going to do this easy way.
Beauty.
It's going to be 9 points of slashing damage. That's 2d8, not 2d6, you twat. 9 points of slashing damage plus 16, 18 points of damage total to Married A. Bothrid just whoosh, twice. I've fucked that up, but we're going to ignore it for now, because Bothrid's underwater.
Oh, disadvantage, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just going to ignore it. It's not made that much difference to the Married's health, so we're then over to Ander.
I will bonus action steady aim for the stabby stab again, in the hopes that I get a 20.
Go on, get that nat 20.
I've got a 19,
Ready?
bastard.
Get it.
30 to
Close
hit,
though, Jesus.
30 to hit, 9 piercing damage, and sneak attack and damage of... Oh, I didn't do the d4. No, it's not d4. Oh, that's not too bad. 18.
18, nicely done. Not quite bloodied, but there's certainly some big stab wounds on this Married. Dargon.
Married B, I'll do, I don't know, I'll roll them one at a time. 18 plus stuff. 16 plus
18
stuff.
will hit. That will hit.
And then, yeah, 26. So,
I mean, the 16 plus 16 is 32, mate. So,
yeah. Yeah, but sorry, I also
It's
rolled
fine.
then a 10 plus 16. Sorry, that was my last one. That's what I meant.
okay, so 26. Yeah, that's all good.
So,
All three.
all three of them. So that's... Oh, man.
It's going to be whatever your d8's equal plus 33.
47.
Nice.
Oh, plus
Yeah,
hex.
married B, not looking good.
Hex. There's 3 hexes on that.
Yeah,
3d6.
3d6.
Oh my goodness me, that's gorgeous. 16 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
That was a 4 and a 6 and a 6.
Married B, really, really not looking good.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh, that's my
Okay.
go.
Married A then is going to make 2 trident attacks against Bothrid with advantage now. So that's a 17 or 4, so that's a 27 to hit Bothrid with the first, and a natural 20 with the second.
He's raging, isn't he?
Fucking love this dice. He is raging now. So that will be 29 points of piercing damage with the nat 20, which will be reduced down to 15 to Bothrid. And then the first one, which also hit, is just going to be one of them. 21 to 11 points of piercing damage. Bothrid's fine.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about and/or Dargon getting a nat 20 at this point.
Married B then is going to make 2 trident attacks. No, Elemental A first. Remember the elementals, Matt. Remember the elementals. Elemental A is going to make 2 slam attacks. 1 slam attack on Dargon. Which is a 19 minus... when I can pick it up. One of them. Ooh, full 4. So that will be 15 plus 7 for a grand total of 22 to hit.
Will hit.
Okay, you are going to take 17 points of bludgeoning damage. This elemental just slams its form into you.
Yep.
Married B then is going to make its 2 trident attacks. First one is a 16 to hit. Yep, it's going to miss.
Yeah.
Second one is a 17, which is also going to miss, as these two just catch against the armor, as there's just this sort of sound, as the force makes that reverberating sound.
Well, I will riposte against Married B.
Riposte.
I hit.
That's not even saying how much. Just
Okay, yeah, alright. 27. There we go. That one.
27 is 10 above the AC you need.
Yeah,
It's like, I win.
16 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
16 points of slashing damage as you use that moment to just counter-attack against this Married, and Timiel's Wrath just cleaves through the Married. As the Married dies, it explodes in this burst of water, and you just see the linen shirt and the waistcoat float to the bottom of the lock floor. Married C then is going to make 2 trident attacks on Ander. First one is a 25. Which is going to be 18 points of piercing damage. The second one is a 21.
Yeah.
Which is going to be 12 points of piercing damage. So I need 2 concentration checks. You need to roll a 10 or more.
Can I pick which one on Uncanny Dodge?
Yes, you can. I suggest you do the 18.
Yeah. You were with me. You knew what I was doing. Yeah. So, concentration check. A 10.
10 or more both times. So 10 and the second time.
Come on. 16.
Fine.
Nice.
Cool. Kirik.
Yes. I will this time attempt to toll the dead, but on Elemental A, please. A Wisdom 7 throw. And it's also baned, so he needs to take a
Minus
D4 out.
So that is a 17 total.
Ooh, that bane working.
No,
Yeah,
ignore
yeah.
me. No, ignore me, ignore me, ignore me, ignore me. That is a 10.
Oh, yeah. It takes. It's gonna take the damage. I will use Anders Bardic Inspiration on this, which is a D8.
Nice.
8.
It's good as well because I rolled a 1 there. 19, 20, 24, 29 points of necrotic damage to that elemental, please.
Necrotic damage to elemental A, which is not bloodied. And that will close the round out. And I am going to say we will leave it there for next week. So I know people have got busy days tomorrow, so I apologise for running slightly over there. But thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you all for sticking with us as well through the chaos of the first half, and then this different battle for the second half as we try and deal with underwater combat, and the DM forgets that the main fucking melee fighter is making melee attacks underwater and needs disadvantage. Luckily, we've only had to do that for one round, so I'll remember that for next week. Apologies there. Hopefully the rules lawyers won't kill me for that one. But thank you again all for joining us. Thank you to the new faces that have been sat behind the scenes just sort of watching. If you've enjoyed it, please, as I say, please do consider a follow. Every little helps at the end of the day. We do need to, as a group, finalise our next milestone and competition. We will do that over the next couple of weeks. Yes, we will do that. Thank you to all the tools we've used. 2 Minute Tools has really come into its forte tonight. Incarnate. I would thank the Incarnate user who created the map that I have stolen and tweaked a lot for that underwater scene, but unfortunately they've registered themselves as anonymous, so I can't thank them. So I'm just going to thank Incarnate anyway for giving me that option to explore and find other maps. But yes, I really struggled to create that underwater feel, so found that basis, built on top of it. There's a lot to come using that basis as well, so I really want to thank that user, whoever they are. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you to Battle Bards for all the sound effects. Thank you to D&D Beyond for the encounter builder tonight, because that really helped me so much. But other than that, I think we will close it for tonight. So check out the podcast and the VOD on Friday. If you missed the first half or missed anything in the episode, go see the chaos all over again. Check us out next week on Monday for episode 93, where we will continue this fight and venture further into Loch Esamere. But until then, stay safe. We love you all. Thank you so much. We will see you next time.